Red. If you are not familiar with our Saturday Night One Shot series, this is a series where we run one shots of new games, indie games, and games you may not be familiar with so that we can show you the ropes and hopefully get you hooked on them like we are. I am brand new to Cyberpunk Red, so I'm very excited to be playing this. And before we introduce our cast, I'm going to hand it over to James to tell you a little bit more about the game. James.
Hello, everybody. I'm James Hutt. I'm a game designer at Talsorian Games. So, Cyberpunk Red is our new addition in the beloved Cyberpunk franchise. Uh, and yes, it's set in 2045 in the same timeline that 2020 was set in and that 2077 is set in. Bad things have happened. 2020 was a cyberpunk future that was very glitzy and glamorous and high tech. And at the end of it, during the Fourth Corporate War, a nuke went off in Night City. But the city is resilient and it rebuilt, actually rather quickly, thanks to all of that technology. And now we're in a period of economic scarcity in which the corps are sort of on the back foot, but they're gaining ground again. Nomads travel the wastes, reconnecting the world again, and everything is in a state of rebuilding. Things are moving, things are exciting, and things are changing in Night City, and that's where we're going to be today.
Excellent. Thank you. So joining us tonight, we have a fantastic cast, starting with Dixie.
Starting with Dixie. Hi, all y'all know me. I'm Dixie Cochran. I work for Onyx Publishing. I'm on this channel off and on. I also did a tiny bit of the editing on Cyberpunk Red, some of the fiction and a few of the other spreads, but it was very, very fun. And yeah, I'm so excited to be playing it.
Excellent. And Alex.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex. Fairly new to online streaming and things like that. You might have seen me around Twitter, or if you're in the Gehenna Gaming Discord, I post a lot of memes and dumb stuff. You can also follow me on pretty much any social media platform. I am at AlexADM89, and I'm excited to play some Cyberpunk.
I probably should introduce my character too. I now realize.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I'm also playing 13, who is a rocker boy. Rocker boy is a gender neutral term. She is a rocker boy because she rocks.
And Alex.
Yes, and I am playing Redtail, who is our party's Medtech. So I will be attempting to keep them alive, and we'll see how well that works.
Next, of course, we have Zach.
Hey everybody, I'm Zachary Vaudo. I am from ATL by night, also Vancouver adjacent by night on Level Up TTV, and from Kult on Gehenna Gaming. But tonight, I will be your Netrunner, Grendel.
Excellent. And lastly, most of you probably know me. I am Ian, or Ravnos. I am the VP of Strategy and one of the co-founders of Gehenna Gaming. I'm very excited to be playing Grease, the Fixer, for tonight's game. So, James, take it away.
Okay. So, first thing I want to do, I want to start with knowing what were you guys doing last week? And to do that in Cyberpunk Red, we roll a table called the Hustle, and that's different based on your role. And we'll do a little bit on what your character was doing. I want to start with everybody flipping to the page 382 in your PDF and or handy dandy physical rule book. Everybody there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
exciting. Grease, why don't we start with you? So we'll open. Why don't you roll on the fixer table, and tell me what you did this week.
So I just roll 1d6 or a d10?
I believe
1d6.
I believe it's a 1d6 on that.
Excellent.
It is.
All right, I rolled a 6, so I brought in a rare, illegal, or otherwise very hard to find item for a client. Which appears that I would have gotten 300 credits for.
Yeah, there you go. So
I'll take that.
Put that money in your pocket and don't tell anybody it's there. So this crate you notice you opened it. You're not supposed to open it, but you did. Because to be honest, one of the bolts needed to be tightened down a little bit.
Yeah.
Inside it are what look to be resprayed handguns and a large multi-cylindered rocket launcher like contraption that you've never seen before. You maybe do you think that you'd be a little would you go into this farther, or would you close it, or maybe clean it, remove your fingerprints? What would you do? Do you ask questions?
I'm not going to ask any questions of the client, but using my AI-powered smartphone, I might snap a photo of that very unique-looking launcher and then clean it, wipe it down, clean it, reseal it.
Okay, while you're cleaning it, you notice something. In the part where there's usually a serial number, no serial number has been marked.
Shocking.
On all of the weapons. Actually, most of these guns come from Corps, so they will still put serial numbers on them. I mean, what are you going to do about it when it hits the black market? Who knows what the serial number actually means, but it's weird to find an unstamped gun. And of course, you can't find any reference to this 4-cylindered grenade rocket launcher thing anywhere.
I'll keep that photo handy. Maybe run into one of my contacts who has a little more information about it. Maybe I can get my hands on some more of them. And
when you deliver the package, you do so to a dock you know is controlled by the Yakuza in the marina.
Okay.
Let's hit on with Redtail. Redtail, I want you to go to page 383 and roll a d6 on your Medtech hustle table.
All right, let's do it. Or I'll drop the die. That's also an option. All right, so we got a 1, so that is patched up somebody after a firefight.
Okay, so the combat zone is ever encroaching, and it's even larger than it was in 2020. It probably ate half the city after the nuke, and it's just been pushed back to where it is now. The guy was very, very happy that you did this for him. And he just took the money out of his wallet. He gave it to you. But that was the only thing you got to do all week. So you need some cash. So you might want to look at talking to some people that can get you some lucrative work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hop on to Grendel, a.k.a. Zach. You're going to show us the hood thing? How long are you going to put the hood on, man?
Only until about right now.
Whoa.
Looks like this week I found a valuable data cache in the abandoned system and sold it for about 200 credits.
Sounds exciting. That valuable data cache was an old ship manifest. And it was purchased by the Yakuza, who are very excited to know what is in all of these old ships about, since they control a dock. Anyway, you did such a good job that they want to talk to you, and they're telling you to keep your schedule open for next week.
Hack for hire, right?
There you go. 13. Why don't you roll on your Rocker Boy hustle table on 382?
Sure thing. I rolled a 6, so I had a personal appearance that netted me a large fee.
Great. So you get to pocket a fair bit of change, and it's nice to only have to work just a little bit in that week. You get hired essentially for follow-on work after that. There's going to be a party next week, and they want you to play music for it. Give exciting atmosphere for a release of a new motorcycle called the Zonda Streamline. sorry, the Parallax
Yeah.
with the tagline "Ride the Skyline." They want to do it on an abandoned tower that's on the edge of the Glen and Old Japantown. And they want to take over the top 2 levels of the tower. Importantly, it's got very good acoustics because there's a glass pyramid on the top of it. And then they're going to convert the old helipad into like, they put little hedges up, have a little outdoor garden party, put a bunch of motorcycles out there.
Sick
have an
tunes,
exciting-
drinks. Got it.
Yes, yeah. Open bar. Have an exciting corporate gathering. Okay, so that brings us to the present day. It is Monday, December 4th, 2045. I'm not going to keep track of the date further than this, other than to say that the party is on Friday. Grease, I'm going to pass the talking stick to you because I think that you start this one.
Okay, all right. So
What do you want to do, Grease?
Oh, it's Monday.
No pressure.
It's Monday. They told me to get back in touch with them. Reach out to some of my contacts, see what's going on, see if there's any activity be clued into merchandise that needs to be moved, and maybe make a little bit more cash. But otherwise, probably just get back in touch with the Yakuza. Out to the my contacts there.
Sounds good. Who do you want to talk to?
I know the big honcho here, the local area for them, so I'll just reach out directly to him. Grab one of my burner phones. Call.
Sounds good. So what area are you talking about? Old Japantown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you 2 options. The first one is you can talk to the big man themselves.
Mm-hmm.
However, I want you to roll a d10 and add your add 4, which is your level in this culture.
All right. Yeah, I can do that. That is a 13.
Okay. That's past the everyday mark, so you know that you don't really do business over the phone.
No.
However, you should, if you want to have this type of meeting, you do need to do it in person. But this is the right time to set it up if you wanted to do it later in the week.
Exactly.
You also, you do have the big man's number.
I'll just call.
Who's referred to as Tiger.
Okay. I'll just call and set the meeting. Make sure.
You will do also know his second in command, who usually who's named Dango, who is a little bit easier to get to talk to, and is not likely to send assassins if you insult.
I'll call Dango, and I'll just I'll set the meeting on their schedule.
Sounds good. Pick up the phone, Grease.
Yeah. All right. Grab one of my burners for this and dial in.
Moshi Moshi?
I'll respond in Japanese.
Yes, and now we are going to present an English translation because neither of us are fluent Japanese speakers, and I don't want to embarrass myself.
Konbanwa, moshi moshi.
Dango des. Dango says, "Hey, Grease, my buddy.
How's it going?
Buddy, old friend.
Heard you were gonna need some help this week. Wanted to see when you were available so that I could be of assistance."
Well, we're having a great week. Some exciting stuff happening over here, and we were just thinking of calling you. Why don't you come over on Wednesday?
Okay.
Come later in the day, 6 o'clock.
Sure.
And we'll have a drink. We'll talk business.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
I want you to bring want you to bring an IT guy
Hmm.
and also someone to patch up a bullet hole in a body
Is this a
in
pre-existing?
case there is one that is made.
Okay. Okay. I understand what kind of party this is. All right. I will make some calls then, and I will see you on Wednesday, sir.
And I want you to lay low for the first part of the week.
I always lay low.
I don't want anyone to know where you are.
Sounds like a plan. I don't even know where I am.
Good. Keep
Alrighty.
it that way.
All right. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a lovely night.
You as well.
So polite.
Hang up.
Does
Called etiquette.
anyone else want to grab the talking stick here? Does anyone want to do anything right now? There's a 13. You have a you got a show on Friday. But you know, there's plenty of week. You've got some money in your pocket. Does anyone want to go buy anything?
Yeah, let me look at some of the cyberware here. I edited these tables. Yeah, so I was interested actually in getting a bug detector and an internal agent, which I can't afford with that money that I made.
Sounds good.
Moving the agent internal, so it's always with me.
Are you doing the bug detector cyberware, or are you
Mhm.
doing the bug detector? So you're both doing both internal.
Yes.
Okay. So
They're both
Night
mall
City-
level, so
Yeah, Night City has a couple of mall level installation sites. The cheapest one is in Old Japantown, which just happens to be where everything's happening today. Isn't that weird?
there's also great fashion over there. So I mean, that's where I like to shop anyway.
There you go. So you check out Old Japantown. They do have to put you under just a little bit
Mhm.
because they're opening up your brain just a tiny amount. Especially for is it Internal Angel Mall? I thought I made it.
It says mall. I think that if you
I'm gonna
have the
double
Cyber
check.
Eye Chiron display, it might be different, but I'm just doing audio.
Okay, fair. Well, then they're just going into your Cyber Audio suite already installed.
Mhm.
So it's not like they're dealing with too much peeling away of flesh. Anyway, that's going to put you out all day. You can't just have surgery and then do something later in the afternoon, even if it is mall. But you do have to roll some humanity loss from installing that stuff. They don't try to charge you extra or anything. They're happy to have your business.
So let's see.
I believe both of those are 100.
Yeah, they're 100 each, and one's 2 humanity loss. Do you want me to roll it, or do you want me to just do the basic number?
I want you to roll it since we're in gameplay.
Sure, let's do it. Oh, losing a lot of humanity for that one. That's fun. 5, and then the other one is 1.
Okay,
rolled a 2.
so just lower your humanity by 6. If that lowers the tens place by another digit, your empathy goes down.
On it, and it does. So my empathy's going to go down to 6, and my humanity's going to go down to 65.
Sounds good. So I just want you to mark that on all of your emp skills at a -1.
Got it.
So while you're there, somebody sort of notices you from your work. It's there's somebody on the street. They want an autograph. How do you respond to this type of fan interaction?
I'm totally cool about it. Just, yeah, of course. I mean, to see you the next show. Still trying to build my rep, so I will like take pictures with people. I'm very happy to do those kind of things still.
Sounds good. All right, let's pass the talking stick once more. Grendel, Redtail, you got anything today? We can't hear you, Grendel.
I was told to keep my schedule open, so I'm just surfing around. I'll probably pick up some programs when it's time for a job, so I get an idea of what I need to spend my money on. Until then, just keeping the hotline open.
Sounds good. Redtail?
Once I hear from Greece that there is the possibility that somebody could get hurt, I'm going to start to synthesize some of my medications. I want to make 3 of each. So I want to make 3 speed heals and 3 stims.
So you're doing some chemistry today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be sitting there toiling in my very luxurious studio apartment to make these drugs and get everything all set and ready to go. But in the assumption that somebody will get hurt.
All right. So I want you to roll a d10 and add your medical tech skill.
All right. That's going to be a 14.
That is enough to successfully synthesize your doses, but that does take your day. And we're on to day 2. Greece, why don't you get the team together?
Yeah, so I'll make some calls. I don't know if I know Redtail and Grendel personally, but I'm assuming I do. So probably just call them directly, call the best people I know.
Sounds good.
And give both of them just a quick shout out that I'm going to need their services if they're available on Wednesday.
I was told to keep my schedule available for another client, so who would I be working for with you?
Our friends from Little Japan.
That was who I was told to keep my schedule open for. We've got a deal.
Sounds good. All right.
You know what kind of job we're looking at?
I wasn't given too many details, but I was told we were going to need an IT guy and a surgeon. So.
All right. Well, knowing them, I'll pick up a couple of things for the road, and I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me know if you need any help with that.
Usual rate, and I'll hang up.
Basically, same conversation with Redtail.
Yeah.
Sure. Got a call from one of my better clients needing some medical assistance, possibly, on this Wednesday. Are you available?
Okay, what kind of medical assistance are we talking about here? Because if we're talking about the expensive kind, I better be getting paid.
Of course. I would never dream of gaining your services without doing so. I was told that there may be a risk of some bullets needing extraction.
Oh, that's walk in the park stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, easy peasy.
All right. Yeah, as long as we're gonna get the money, because the stuff ain't cheap, then we're good. Let's do it.
I got you covered. We're good.
13. You receive your agent rings in your head this time. Perhaps this is the first time it's ever rung inside of your head with your brand new surgery.
Weird.
It is a number you do not recognize and is unlisted.
I answer it. I'm not going to miss an opportunity.
You hear like an auto-translated English voice saying, "Hello, we're big fans of yours. We've just sent 500 EB into your account. We hope that with this gift, we might buy an audience with you. We'd like to meet you at a bar called Nobu in Old Japantown."
Sure, why not? Most of my fans don't pay for the privilege of seeing me.
There we will discuss a lucrative opportunity that will help us both.
All right.
However,
Still going? All right.
we would like you to make sure that you are not followed.
I'll try. I don't know how to do that exactly, but yeah, sure.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
You do. We're meeting today.
The robotic voice ceases and the call
Cool,
disconnects.
awesome. I just go hang out at this bar. I'm talking to myself on the street like a freaking weirdo. Awesome. What time? Like, is it evening time?
You receive into your agent It's a new phone, so you haven't turned on the self-adaptive AI. You receive a sort of a meeting.
Oh, like a
note.
Google Calendar. Got it.
They give you a
Nice,
Google
nice.
Calendar
All right.
invite. It's for Wednesday at 6 p.m.
It's like just before the gig. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought the gig was the other thing. Sorry. My fault. I thought we already talked about that. Yeah, sure. Totally.
No, the gig's on Friday.
Got you. There we go. That was why I was confused. Cool.
Well, your gig.
Right, my gig, their gig, whatever. All right. Cool. I will be going to that on Wednesday then. Sorry, I'm usually better than this. I'm not like digesting the information for some reason. I will get with it.
Admittedly, it's
get with the program.
Admittedly, it's complicated.
Hey, James. Since I'm going to be working a gig, I'm going to spend a little bit of money.
Sounds good. What do you want to buy?
Let's take a quick look. I'm thinking something stealthy, defensive, and offensive. So I'm going to pick up an eraser, a shield, and let's go with a deck crash as well.
So those are all $100 or under,
yes.
Right? Yeah, those are really easy to get a hold of. They got a couple of them still in stores. You know that the really hard to find stuff is A, expensive, and B, you got to call Grease for it.
Oh yeah.
But this is a, you're just going to have to get some milk at this point.
Oh yeah. I figure if I need anything extra special, Grease is already on this job. I'll just shake him down for it.
Sounds good. Does anyone want to do anything else before 6 p.m. on Wednesday?
Yes.
Grease, what's up?
I was told to lay low, but on my way there, I would like to stop and pick up a couple items. I trust my contacts to bring, what they need or tell me what they need. But just in case, I want to pick up a couple burner phones, a couple standard items just to make sure we're all outfitted and that I can get set up ahead of time, like pre-program the numbers for each of the phones into the other phones, things like that.
Sounds good.
So
you want to buy how many phones?
I might as well do it in bulk. I'll pick up like 5, just so I have some extras. And I'm fine on weaponry personally, but if I can, I'd like to pick up a microwaver.
That's $500, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much green you got?
I have 800.
You have 800, so you're gonna have $50 left after it.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll see if I can barter.
So it turns out that you know where you can buy both of those items at the same time.
Perfect.
Luckily, they're both high-end electronics and low-end electronics.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it's likely the microwaver that you buy will be assembled from scrap of burner phones, partially. So there's a serendipity to this.
Yeah.
The place to buy microwavers is it's near the Giraffa headquarters in Haywood. So you do have to, take a boat.
Okay.
Or cross the bridge.
Okay.
Both of which are easy to you because you know the area. You have street smarts.
Yeah.
And when you get there, it's a tchotchke shop in the front. They are selling just the burner phones to anybody. But there is a secret passcode. And just for funsies, what's the secret passcode?
The secret passcode is Llama Farm.
They say, yes, they're fuzzy and they're just in the back. And you go into a back room that has like flamethrowers and stuff on the wall.
Yeah.
They're all sort of zip tied onto, if you've ever been to a convention, that one booth that's made of the grid and has a bunch of stuffed animals on it.
Yep.
It's like that, but with flamethrowers instead of stuffed animals.
Yeah.
And they cut off one of the microwavers for you with this thin scissors. They have like a weird like decorative bird on the side of the scissor. Just a strange fact.
Okay.
They cut off your microwaver and they hand it to you. They ask if you'd like a gift receipt.
No, I think I'm all set with that. But I would
They-
like to.
You know how to
try
fire that
haggle.
thing?
Oh yeah, I'm familiar. Trust me.
You want an extra battery for 50 EB?
No, it's a single use probably. I'm just need it for
Okay. It's got 8 shots. Then you
Perfect.
can recharge it. Takes an hour. Goes to any outlet.
Perfect. And I'm gonna like inspect it, and once I see that it's kind of been put together from scrap cell phones and stuff like that, I'm gonna try to haggle them down on price a little bit. To say,
Go ahead.
I was hoping for
roll-
something maybe a little higher end, but this will do. Maybe we can just knock off a little from the top. So
Sounds good. I want you to roll a d10 and add your trading skill.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Plus, you're a fixer, so you get to add your roll ability level as well too. So added 4 as well.
So that is a 23.
They're willing to do a deal with you. What type of deal would you like to do? I believe there's a couple of deals that you can do at your rank.
Well, since I'm focusing more on the microwaver for this, I'm gonna try to see if I can get 10% off the price that they're asking.
Yeah, they'll knock $50 off of it.
Perfect. So what does that leave me with? How much are the burner phones?
The burner phones are 50 each, so it's 250 plus 450, 700. So you have $100 left.
Perfect. Good enough for me. I'm gonna get paid for this job, so I will pack that all away in my little bag that I'm carrying with some of my other gear and head off to the meeting spot.
So the microwaver is like a thick, chunky gun about the size of a very heavy handgun.
I'm
It's not
already carrying.
concealable. It's not concealable, so you can't like put it in a jacket or something. It look really big. And it has it has a very thick, square body to it. And the handle is a little bit of a thick grip because it has to hold that big battery in it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, I just stick it in a bag for now. Obviously not easily accessible, but I won't need it till later. So, would it fit in the holster for my very heavy pistol?
Absolutely, they're about the same size.
Okay, good to know. I might swap those out later.
That's an exterior holster. It's not a concealable.
That's on my thigh.
Easily accessible.
Yes,
is the rule, and yes, it is.
I might switch those out later, but for now, I'll just throw it in my bag.
Sounds good. Okay. 6 o'clock Wednesday, everybody.
Yep. Installing my new programs on. I'm uninstalling Vrizbolt so I can fit everything, and then packing up my deck to go.
I would like to note that I get somewhat close to the venue, like maybe like 5 blocks away, with all of my normal like tech hair light up stuff going on, and I duck into a public restroom and come out with a different skin color, like just like a very normal skin tone, nothing weird looking, and no hair lights, nothing. I have a hoodie on, so I'm like being as like I'm not followed as possible because I don't know how to be covert.
I want you to roll acting or personal grooming.
I don't have acting, so I'm gonna roll personal grooming because I have a shit ton of that.
13 is not an act. 21. So you're able to change your look rather completely. You don't look like 13 right now.
Right.
So as you convene on the location, which is a bar named Nobu, you notice that there aren't any cars near you. Like all of the car wreckage on the street stops a block away from Nobu, and there is nobody on the street. There are no businesses open, except for Nobu, which has a closed sign up, but it has its lights on.
I'm gonna wait outside for Redtail and Grendel to show up. We can go in together. And while I'm waiting, I'm actually going to swap the microwaver into the thigh holster I have and throw my very heavy pistol into my bag. I still have a heavy pistol in a shoulder holster underneath my jacket, as well as a switchblade on me. So
sounds good. Comes prepared. So Redtail, Grendel, you arrive about at the same time as 13 does in her I'm Not a Rocker Boy cosplay.
Totally normal person.
Right. As some normal woman, normal looking woman.
In this city, nobody's normal.
And thus everybody is together outside of the bar. So I guess this is the we all meet in a pub after all.
Yeah. I just walked past them and walk in though, because I have no idea who I'm meeting.
Yeah,
here. I'm going into the bar.
side eye 13 as she walks by. But once Redtail and Grendel get there, greet them warmly with a handshake.
There is a 13. You are stopped from entering when you get close by a large Asian man who sort of comes out and says, "Could you wait a bit, please?"
Mm-hmm. Go on. Sumimasen.
He goes back in. Does anyone want to talk to a random?
I'm walking up to Grease. I got my deck strapped up. It's like right over the heavy pistol, the very heavy pistol. It's on my back, and just. All right, who are we meeting? What are we doing?
I thumb towards the door. Inside. Yeah, because typical.
Are you guys also meeting someone here?
Hi. Yeah. Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
They said they were my fans and to make sure I wasn't followed. Is that weird? That seems weird.
It seems weird if you don't normally have fans, I suppose.
No, I normally have fans. I'm not normally followed.
Once 13
aside from like social media.
Once 13 speaks, do I perhaps recognize her?
Are you a fan of her music?
Maybe. I'm a fan of music.
I mean, if you are, you'd know right now. She's not attempting to
wait.
Change her voice.
I know you. I know you.
I'm supposed to be incognito, man.
You're doing a bang up fucking job of it. Who is this?
I'm going to approach the door.
I'm just gonna looking through.
At 6:00 on the dot, I will approach the door.
So you go up to there. There's sort of like a meet cute of somebody trying to leave as you're trying to enter.
Just step to the side.
It's an older Japanese man in a suit, except his eyes are both cyber eyes that are like black with thick yellow pupils. Additionally, he has like a neck tattoo of like wings coming from his back over to the front of his neck, and he just sort of walks past you. And
I apologize in Japanese for being in his way.
He does not respond and just keeps leaving.
Okay.
Turning around the corner like it's his house.
I'm gonna watch him go by, look to Grease, shift tack, change my eyes to look like that guy, and just go.
Exciting. Grease, can you roll cultural familiarity?
Yeah. I think that's just my +4.
Yep, you roll +4.
That'll be a 8.
So the back tattoo is it's a gang tattoo, but it's not the gang tattoo of the people that are here.
Interesting.
So they're not from this particular Yakuza, whoever they are.
Make a note of that. Actually,
Redtail. Why are you called Redtails? Do you like hawks?
Yeah, I was growing up. It was one of those things that I always, because I grew up in a very poor area, so I always liked when I would see the hawks up in the sky, thinking to myself, someday I'm gonna get out there. Someday I'm gonna fly, and so I'm trying to model myself after that mentality.
Sounds completely reasonable. Then perhaps you'd know that those eyes, the yellow banded with the large black pupil, those are traditionally hawk eyes. There are a couple of different raptors that have that eye patterning. It is a bird thing.
Okay, would I know the insignificance of that maybe by patients that I've patched up or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, that's weird. But people get custom cyber eyes all the time.
Yeah, I'll just turn to the party then and be like, did you guys see his bird eyes that he had going on there?
I'll turn around with the exact same eyes like fashioned in at the moment and go, no.
Oh, hold on. Before we head inside, I'm going to pull phones out, and I'm just going to flip one. They actually have, like, one of those sticker prints with the phone number on it that you can peel off and get rid of. I flip one to Redtail and Grendel, in case you need it. And I kind of look
Sounds
at
good.
13 for a second. I pull another one out and hand it to you. You're here with probably for the same reason. Numbers for the other phones are pre-programmed.
Thanks.
Numbers for the other ones are pre-programmed.
The bodyguard.
Do I know him?
The bodyguard sort of comes out. You've done business with Yakuza before, so you have actually seen this doorman before.
Do I know his name?
They just no,
Okay.
probably not, unless you can roll above a 13 on a street on knowledge of this area.
Oh yeah, I can.
But you get a +4.
I think that if he has to roll above a 13, he just has to roll against me. I have to win.
Don't even. Also, since my streetwise is a 13 without the +4, yes, I pass.
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely.
I meant knowledge of this neighborhood, not streetwise.
Oh, okay.
I meant local expert this area, which you would have at +4 because of your local, because of your role.
Oh, I still have a bonus to that, so yes, I pass.
Okay. This guy's name is Ken.
Okay. I greet him warmly by name.
He says, "This way."
Thank you, Ken.
Grease and Grease's friend.
Pleasure to see you again, as always. How's the family?
My daughter is great. She's just getting out of middle school now.
Good.
And I think she's on a great path into a good high school.
Good. Glad to hear it. I follow him in.
Inside is a long table that's recessed into the ground with sort of Zen cushions on different parts of it. In the back of the long room, there is a hearth, sort of modern stylings with a fake fire, above which is a large tapestry of a tiger. Its claws are outstretched like this, like it's pouncing directly into the camera. You like that pantomime, everybody? But it's rather immediately clear from the 4 or 5 Japanese men who are like in open jackets with a bunch of like tiger light tattoos on them, that these are tiger claws. It's a gang in Night City in this area, and they are allied with the Yakuza.
Okay.
Rather closely. Down a staircase, which is behind a paper barrier on the left side, comes a man with 3 mohawks. One of them is pink, one of them is green, and one of them is like a clean white. And Grease, you know that this is Dango. And Dango says, Grease! Grease's
Dango.
friends!
Yes.
Sit down!
Please. I'll actually walk over and shake his hand before I do so.
He is happy to shake your hand firmly and he looks at you directly in the face when you do it. Dango just got new eyes installed, but they look just like natural ones. But you can tell at the distance that he's currently staring you directly in the face, his hand in yours.
Yeah, I like the new
they're
work.
a little bit too symmetrical.
I like the new work. Looks good.
He says, "Thank you. Have a seat."
Yeah, no, please, gentlemen, ladies.
Do I have any reason to be scared of like tiger claws, or do I even know who these are?
So tiger claws are like they're not like the bozos,
Right.
in terms of they aren't a particularly murderous gang. They are more focused on being a criminal syndicate and using violence to further that goal. So if they invited you here and they paid you, they probably don't want to kill you.
Oh, good. All right.
Would I have seen any of these gentlemen on my operating table at any point?
Do you typically work in this area?
No.
Then you would not. Typically, when you get shot here, you want to go as close as possible to a
Gotcha.
doctor. Where do you work? Do you work with the trauma team? That would be up to the north.
That's the one. That's what I did roll was trauma team. So I guess I would have a background of violence. Would be pretty apt to it.
Yeah. So you typically take on calls for people who can afford to have a trauma team insurance card, which is actually rather expensive. All said and done, most people don't have one, so you end up picking up big shots in corporates a lot of the time.
Gotcha.
Much less gangers. And honestly, if you did get a trauma team call that was, "Hey, drop down in the middle of this gang war," they might just not come.
Gotcha.
Come on,
that's-
Grease's friends, let's sit down.
Yeah, let's sit down. Sorry, I pulled up the chat on the left side and I want to close it again. There, and everybody's back on the screen. Okay, so you all sit down, and Dango sort of looks around, gets everybody's attention. Is really just sucking up the enjoyment of the attention of the room at the moment, which is kind of makes sense for someone who has not one, not two, but three mohawks. And he says, "So, we have a problem.
I hopefully have a solution for you. How can I help?"
That's why we've brought you here. You all are the solution to our problem. We're sorry for being very cagey about the situation, but we wanted to make sure that you were safer on this problem.
Of course.
Solution-wise. There is a bit of an issue that we have to deal with. On Friday, there is a bit of a problem happening. There's a skyscraper at the edge of Old Japantown, right at the corner of Old Japantown and, the government area. And there are some unfortunate people that think it is their territory. This is not the case.
Obviously.
But we do not want to invite war with these corporates.
No, of course not.
We do want to deeply embarrass them and teach them the depth of their mistake.
Okay.
This is the reason that we call you here. First, 13. We forgive you for not knowing that this party that you've been hired out for is against our interests. We want you to know that no harm will come to you if you comply with us in solving this issue.
Yeah, okay. I rolled bubbly and friendly on the personality chart.
I like her.
Before we continue, I want to have turned my voice stress analyzer on.
Sounds good.
Um,
You can turn that on without. You don't have to like press a button or something.
Yeah,
They
it's
won't
just
even
kind
know.
of a mental click. And I just want to be, especially her reaction. I want to just see like how she's actually feeling about that. But mostly just listening to, trying to gauge if Dango is hiding anything from me.
13. Do you feel stressed?
A little bit, but mostly because of the indirect implication that I would get harmed if I didn't help them out. But you know, like she's still gonna go along with it. Not hiding something stressed, just like someone did just kind of threaten my life stressed.
Grease. 13 feels stressed.
It's scary.
And then
It would be scary.
I guess just at the end of the conversation, I want to make a perception check, a human perception check on.
Oh, you can make one right
Dango.
now.
Yeah, I just want to
In
make one
fact,
on
it's
Dango.
better if you make one at any time.
Okay, so that is going to be a.
And that goes for anything. If you want to interrupt anything with anything, you just let me know right the time when you want to do it.
So that'll actually be a 16.
Okay, Dango has a problem that he needs to solve. And that's a lot of pressure on a lieutenant when given a direct order. There's this machismo aspect of it, of course. Like you want to show a strong response to a problem. You get the idea that he's been given a very strong order and he needs to give a appropriate response to that strength, to not show weakness.
Okay.
And
then
anyway.
Okay.
And Dango is trying to be, you know, he's typically a very friendly guy.
As am I.
Despite being, you know, a mobster, essentially.
Yeah. We're buds.
And he doesn't like doing what he's doing, but he is good at it.
I'm gonna let him keep going. But I do want to ask him at some point what corpse are presenting a problem for my good friend.
He continues. This unfortunate business threatening our turf is Zonda Cybercycle.
Yeah, the party's for the new Parallax. It looks cool. But
yes, it is a fine machine. I have no problems with their workmanship. However, they did not pay a security fee, and they did not talk to us beforehand, or any of our partners.
You know,
and as they are currently not allies, that makes their plans on what is, by the way, our previous stronghold when we were a smaller organization.
Of course.
On the very top floor, no less, which used to be my good friend and trusted mentor's bedroom for many a year, right after the bomb drop. They cannot be that stupid.
No, it could not have been an oversight. Clearly. So
since we do not think it is an oversight, we see it as an attack.
Understood. So,
what if they actually don't know, though? Like, have they gotten a direct message? Has someone gone and talked to them?
We did, through channels, send them messages that they did not respond to.
Well, that's rude.
Indeed, it is very rude.
So you want us to fuck up a car gig because they didn't pay you?
It's a motorcycle, not a car.
Yes, we would like you to fuck up a car gig.
It's a motorcycle.
So,
because we were not paid.
The cybercycle.
Would I happen to have any contacts amongst the execs within Zonda?
Let me think. You would, why don't you... So Zonda, I'm going to say no. specifically because Zonda is like a foreign company,
Okay.
and you're more in the city.
Yeah. What about any other competitors?
Mostly car companies are they're very few and far between, and a lot of them are East Coast.
Okay.
The West doesn't really make a lot of cars in 2045. They do make some, but there just aren't a lot of people buying vehicles.
For the viewers, I've got a super cool illustration of this motorcycle that we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Bring it up.
Can I get this on the camera? Not very well. It's very hard. There it is.
There it is.
Although it's got some blue screen going on, so I'm sorry, but it's fucking cool looking, and I wanted to show y'all.
It is cool.
It's okay. It makes it look extra fast.
Yeah.
Extra fast with all of Night City behind it, even though it's Night City from 2077, so it's not correct.
All right. Okay, I just wanted to see if might have any contacts there. Maybe get some additional. That's fine. I think we can work with what we have.
There's a he does say that since the party is on Friday and we do know the location and it is part of Tiger Claw territory, we will you have the benefit of knowing where they're going to strike.
Okay.
Ahead of time. I guess you have until Friday night at 5. Who would start a party at 5 p.m.? I have no idea.
Amateurs.
But, these are corporates.
Amateurs, that's who.
I guess this is normal for them. There is a small problem of it is the elevator is shut down and power would need to be returned to the building.
I just look at Grendel.
The bottom floors are also rubble. So I recommend packing sensible
How are
shoes.
the guests planning to get up there if the building's elevators don't work? And how am I going to power my?
They are arriving. They are arriving by. I believe their plan is to arrive by AV4 onto the helipad, and to use a backup generator.
Okay.
They're leaked. I like it.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Easy shit.
Yeah.
Does this all sound like something that you would like to take part in?
Do you got a particular way that you want to embarrass them, or is it just my creativity at work?
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass myself, but I want to embarrass them because you paid me more than they did.
The one thing we will need is we will need all of the motorcycles destroyed.
Okay.
That's easy, and if any of them have autopilot, it's fun.
You mean like inoperable or destroyed? Because they're different things.
What I mean is shown on fire or something. I believe they are taking a lot of footage of the event, and that it is presented live. So any amount of
visible
motorcycles
damage
exploding or
during the event,
being driven off of the helipad will do the job.
Shit, like I said, if any of them have autopilot on them, I can just drive them through the fucking event.
That's a window.
Don't hurt people though. I'm there to entertain them.
I'm a great driver.
You said through the event and it made me scared.
If they don't move,
we will.
I don't want to kill people.
I didn't say kill.
What kind of people are?
I apologize, Dango. We'll use creativity. Trust me, it'll be spectacular.
Oh, yes. I remember. We have tools for you to use.
Okay.
Why don't you come with me? I will present you with them.
Yeah, of course.
Your friends can come as well.
Okay, please.
Yeah, and I'll follow.
Dango stands up. and moves to the back of the room, where there is a sort of a partition in the wall, which he moves to the side, and there is a staircase downwards.
Okay.
Down the staircase, in what looks to be like a wine cellar style situation, there are a lot of kegs, casks, I guess. I don't want to get that wrong. Casks of wine, as well as crates. And he pulls out one of the crates and he pries it open. And inside there are a bunch of submachine guns and a whole lot of bullets and a large 4-cylindered grenade launcher.
Oh, really?
That looks like it's made of a like a plasticate, like a thick plastic.
Does it look familiar to me?
Yes, it looks rather familiar to you. He pulls it out and shows you all. And he says, "This is new. This is made of a new material. If you were to take the handle and remove this stopper on the bottom and twist it, there is a vial of specially created chemical in it that will dissolve the gun."
Fancy.
He sort of turns it toward you, with his finger off the trigger, and says, "These 4 cylinders can be loaded with grenades, and they fire very quickly."
Good to know. Good to know.
In the box, you'll find tear gas.
Non-lethal. Okay.
Here are some masks.
Thank you. I take one. I'm going to take the grenade launcher, too.
I'll take a mask if he's taking the tear gas.
Does it, you have something for me to transport this in?
We have a dolly.
That'd work for the whole crate.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I can put some of these in my medical bag. What happens if that substance gets on us or is ingested?
As long as you are not made of plastic, it is fine.
Not yet, I'm not.
I glance at Grendel when he says that.
Not yet, baby, not yet.
If you do have a plastic coating on your cyber arm, you should make sure the fluid does not spill onto it.
Cool. I'm going to pick up some of the tear gas. Is it deployable without the grenade launcher?
Yeah, it's a grenade.
Okay, I'm just going to take that then, and not the grenade launcher.
Sounds good.
I'm going to take a couple
there are 4 tear gas grenades.
Okay.
Let me give you the full shopping list. We've got 4 tear gas grenades. So we're an hour in, by the way. Working through it. 4 tear gas grenades, 5 black repainted submachine guns. They look to be of fine quality. And there are 5 gas masks.
Okay. I take all of the tear gas and a gas mask, and I will actually leave the submachine guns.
I'll take a gas mask, but I do not know anything about submachine guns, so I won't take one.
So I'm going to talk to Grease and say, "Hey, man," and then point at my nose because I have nasal filters. And be like, "Give me a couple of those. I could throw one of those in my feet and it won't hurt me."
I hand him 2 of them.
I'm just going to take the mask.
The Dango sort of looks at you, Redtail, and says, "Are your eyes meat?"
Oh, yeah, I have a cyber eye, so no.
Ah, good. I didn't know if they
Dango.
were fashion lenses or not.
Dango, I only bring you the best people. Trust me.
I did not want him to breathe in the tear gas.
Of course. Let's see. Yeah, this is all good. I don't think we need the submachine guns. I take care of my people.
Would you prefer other guns?
I glance at them. I'm all set. You know me.
Do you have something smaller and maybe concealable? Because everything I have is very obvious.
These SMGs are foldable.
But I don't know how to use them.
I understand. he sort of goes into the back of the room and starts rummaging around one of the barrels. And he pulls out
There's a cask of guns. You just
yeah.
dump it out. Just
he pulls out a Minami 8, which is stamped. It is an Arasaka brand handgun, and he
Very
hands it to you, and it does have a customized grip
Very nice. Hold
with
it out
a
of me.
bird
another bird.
on it. It is a hawk.
These guys love Portlandia. They're like, put a bird on it.
It is put a bird on it. There is the hawk is sort of like it has its talons out, and it is holding the entire island of Japan,
Oh,
like
all right.
from a map.
Like all the islands.
Yeah, it's got
Oh, okay, cool.
like both, like it's a salmon. Like
Nice. Yeah, no, I will take that because that I can conceal and also shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna eye that, but I don't think I can use pistols. Do the SMGs count as shoulder arms?
I think that's only rifles and shotguns.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
He asks if you mean you want an assault rifle.
I already do have an assault rifle, so I'm good on that front. I just was looking for something that was concealable.
He sort of pulls out, do you want a shotgun?
Sure.
It's not concealable, but
Might as well have it.
would it help?
I can't
Can
see
you start
it.
calling this guy the gun fairy?
Yeah.
Just
He
Gun?
hands you a shotgun.
I just
All
look
right,
at all
awesome.
of them like,
Yep.
I imagine you're gonna keep people from shooting me. So unless you have some more clips for my pistol, I'm good.
He does point to another box of ammo that is full of rubber ammunition as well.
Okay, well if they're rubber ammo clips that fit a very heavy pistol, I'll take like 4.
Yeah.
You can always remove the bullets from the magazine and push. You can make your own.
No, I want more.
It's not preloaded. It's not preloaded. It'll take you 2 minutes.
Yeah.
but-
I want.
Yeah.
No, I wanted more clips. No, you guys are gonna keep people from shooting me so I can do my shit. So
You got it.
I'm good.
I will grab a box of rubber ammo.
That's good.
How many shells
That's
do I get?
100. Do you want shells or slugs?
They have beanbag rounds. For-
Yeah, you can't get them. It's worth mentioning. The slugs are beanbag rounds.
Okay. Then yeah, slugs.
Yeah, he gives you 20 of them.
Okay, cool.
You know, bless you, my friend. I think we are all set unless there's anything else. I look at the rest of my companions here.
No, I think I'm mostly a distraction in this scenario.
Hmm.
I'm good. Yeah, if we want to head by the area at any point so I can get a lay of the architecture, then I'm good. But apart from that,
Yeah, we should swing by now.
Yeah, can you like scan it? Because otherwise, I think it's a helicopter trip type thing.
can I scan it?
I don't
can
know
scan
who
it.
you are. Okay,
It-
you have to be
You will.
rude to
Did
me.
you not hear me say earlier? I only work with the best.
I don't know you either.
It's okay. You will.
Why would I trust you? All right, fine, cool, let's go.
Grease Dango pulls you aside as you leave. And he says, after this is all done, you should come drinking with me on Monday.
Of course. Monday. Here?
And we will only drink the best.
Here?
As you only bring me the best, we will only drink the best on Monday. I will meet you here.
Excellent. Monday. It is a plan, my
Come when the
friend.
sun sets.
Of course.
We'll go to the Totentaz.
You do treat me.
I feel like Dango's very lonely. He really, really wants a friend.
We are friends.
Yeah, but he really, really he's like a friend desperate.
You say that to all the boys, Greased.
This is gonna turn into the Grand Theft Auto situation where he's gonna call you asking if you want to go.
Do you want to go bowling?
Yeah, Roman.
Roman.
I'm glad he has some sort of characterization.
Nico Bellic.
Excellent. All right. So once we're outside. Okay. Grendel. Yeah. Let's swing by. You can get a good look. See if we can get that power going again. We can use the elevator, but otherwise, yeah, we might need an airlift in. I can arrange it, but
Yeah, just gotta get a map of what I'm working with. So I gotta see
Perfect.
what am I reconnecting, what am I fucking with, so on and so forth.
Sounds good.
Can I just come with you guys? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I meant all of us.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're with us.
Sounds good. That
You're
way
good.
you can get to know us.
Excellent.
So it's there are other, obstructions in this area, but it seems like all of them seem to go away the second you get near them. There are people standing on the corner or whatever that are armed, spraying some sort of stuff on a wall, and they see you, and you see them make a realization in their head, and then they just move away.
I just have a light smile on my face as we walk through. Nod to a few of them as they're like turning and running.
Monokatana fights. A lot of Monokatana fights you're not getting into because you've been invited.
We have. I'm known here.
There's a skyscraper, which are called star scrapers, because they go so high they hit the stars. In the corner, sort of the old Japan town. The district sort of moved around and changed as people moved after the bomb. But this one is right at that jutting point. If you look at the Night City map, right at that little triangular jutting point, where the glen starts to the left of it, or to the west of it, I guess, if we're using cardinal directions that make sense. It's a straight tower. The bottom parts of it are just completely dilapidated. If they were more dilapidated, perhaps the whole thing would fall over. Which is because like a quarter of it ate part of that blast, or at least the wind pressure after the blast. But it didn't fall over. There were some buildings that did. This is not one of them. The first couple of floors are rubble, but there is sort of a pathway through them. Like people have put down old walls as ramps. They go to another one, go to another one. But it is definitely not even terrain. This is basically the textbook definition of rough terrain.
It seems like a fire hazard. Is this a fire hazard?
Entirely.
Yes.
If the thing caught fire.
No, I'm talking to them.
Yeah. So I think best course of action is to try to not blow up anything that is going to cause structural damage, because this entire place could collapse while we're inside it. Where do you need to go?
Well, gotta get a sense of the nearest access point, just so I can do a scan. I can do a scan rather for set access points, and then I can take a look and do some pathfinding, get a sense of the architecture that I'll be dealing with, and then get out before I start getting attention drawn.
Sounds good.
Okay, Grendel.
Yeah.
I want you to roll a d10 and add your interface to it, which is 4. This is your roll ability.
Yeah.
Do your scan to find access points.
That's a 12.
That's a very good roll. When it comes to net running, you notice that the access point closest to you is the 3rd floor elevator net architecture. There is a 1st floor elevator, but it has been entirely blown apart. So you'll have to find a way to the 3rd floor to be within 6 meters to go into the net architecture. So maybe that you can view that as your goal.
Well, we can either go up the stairs to the 3rd floor,
which are blown apart.
So, do some fancy work. Or we figure out power onto the elevator from here.
Can you do that?
I think I'd have to get into an access point unless I'm accessing something different for the power in the area.
So the power, it's worth mentioning, if the access point is responding, the
Yep.
power is on the third floor.
That's true. I was thinking of the elevator not working. Well, I guess we just have to get up to a point where I can get to the elevator. Is all, because the first floor had those issues.
Yeah.
So
So there was some like makeshift ramps and stuff there, right? So we can like
Yeah.
it's rough terrain, but we can try to make our way up there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll a perception?
All
Anyone?
of us are just
Oh, and I mean, anyone that wants to help. 13 can
I'll be
do so.
looking. Yeah.
18.
16.
14.
17.
So everybody but the person that rolled 14.
I don't do this shit. I just play DJ gigs. What's happening? I am here.
Finds sort of the ramp path up to the third floor. It is marked with these sort of tiger print bandanas that are like stealthily put onto pillars
I didn't notice tiger print bandanas.
near the
God.
floor.
Would have been really nice if they had
13.
told us that in the first place.
Would have been helpful. I would honestly even be surprised if Dango knew about it. It's probably low level stuff just for guidance. I actually like point it out. The 13.
It's
Alright.
easy to find the path once you can figure out where the first bandana is.
Look
All right,
at
well,
that.
shall we? And I'll start
Yeah.
walking up the
Do
path.
this.
Yeah. So you're climbing on
Mm.
like structural pillars that have been turned into
Mhm.
ramps and walls that have been turned into ramps. And there starts to be a little bit more tiger claws graffiti as you get past the first floor. And the second floor has this beautiful open-sided windows because half the building is blown off. There are some nice rugs that have been exposed to the open elements, so are no longer nice rugs. And nice couches that are no longer nice couches, but have been covered with like tarps and stuff. There's a lovely tiny pile of hypodermic needles near said couch. And you do basically scare off two smaller children who were squatting there as you trape through, loaded up with lots of arms. And they do sort of squeak as they move, much like rats.
You mean like children or like teens?
I mean like 9, 13.
Aww.
I just go, boo.
those troublesome youths.
Yeah. What?
What?
It's a very dangerous area. They shouldn't be playing here. They might get hurt.
I don't know if they were playing. They might not have a home. I'm gonna give them each
Run.
$10.
They take your money, but they still run.
I mean that's fine, but I'm going to give them some money.
Fair enough.
She feels bad.
The elevator is there. It is closed, and it has a sign that says service required on the top. However, there is an access point
Mm-hmm.
within 7 meters, Grendel.
All right. So, if you all wouldn't mind making
6
sure
meters,
that
within 6 meters.
within 6 meters.
Specific.
All right. I'll get about as close to it as I can. And all right, if you all can make sure that nothing happens out here, I'm gonna see what I can find
Yeah.
in there.
I got you. I'm just gonna take up a position in the hallway.
All right.
Yeah, I'll unsling my rifle and stand kind of on a corner.
And with that, I'll put some goggles on, and I'm going to jack in just to interface with this access point so I can see what I can find.
All right, since we're not in combat, I'm not going to count your net actions per turn unless you find like something that's going to put you in combat.
Sure. All right. So, goggles on, and in I go.
So it's worth mentioning these are virtuality goggles, so you can still see what's happening you can just see like an elevator structure appear in front of you, like an augmented reality style experience.
Yeah.
So you're not going to trip over any of those piles of hypodermic needles we talked about earlier. And don't worry, there's only one. There's only one.
So while I'm in here, I want to run some pathfinding and just get a map of what I am going to be dealing with when we're actually playing around here.
Sounds good. So roll Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder is D10 plus your interface, which is always going to be 4. It's worth mentioning that the DVs in the net are much lower than the DVs out of the net because there's less numbers that add to them.
I wound up with a 10.
Okay. So this is a pretty short architecture.
Mm-hmm.
It has 5 levels. The first is a password, which your Pathfinder was high enough to see right through because it's DV8. There's then a wisp right after it, followed by a hellhound, followed by another password at DV8. Finally, there's a control node for DV8. But the control node is named Elevator Sleep Gas Trap.
Interesting. All right, so I'm looking at password, wisp, hellhound, password, node.
Yep. So currently you're on the first floor, so you're immediately right in front of that password.
Right. I'm just taking a quick look, see. Okay. I am going to I'm going to play around a little bit and see about, backdooring through the password and coming up on this wisp so I can just see, can I fix the elevators on the spot now so we don't have to worry about it later, or like take out that whole sleep gas thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
The elevator, so I want you to roll a DV. So I want to roll a D10, add 4.
Yep. 11.
All right, you beat 8.
Cool.
The password is backdoored successfully. It no longer blocks your path. You can move forward into the wisp right now.
All right. Yep, I will. Let me take a look really quick.
So you encounter the wisp and immediately it starts combat with you, and you must roll higher than its speed in order to not immediately get hit by it.
Okay.
So roll a D10.
Uh-huh. Is it still plus my roll?
It's still plus 4.
13.
So you roll higher than its speed, and it still goes to the top of the initiative queue.
Okay.
But your turn is not over.
Okay. Seeing that I've got this thing now,
still would continue anyways. It doesn't get a free hit.
Yeah. Seeing how this thing is about to hit me, I'm going to res armor.
Sounds good. You activate your armor program.
Yep. And
that means that the first 4 damage, it's like armor in the rest of the game. It'll stop 4 damage every time he takes damage to his brain.
Yes. And then I'm going to want to break this thing a little bit, so I'm going to hit it. I'm going to see if I can hit it with the sword program.
Okay. After that, you will be out of net action.
Sounds fine to me.
So you res sword against it. You have to roll a D10.
Yep. That is going to be 12 total.
Okay. That is higher than its defense value. So you hit the wisp and deal the damage of your sword to it.
That's a
it counts
3d6
as a black ice, so 3d6.
Yep, 3d6 to black ice. Stop. I dropped a dice, so I'll get that one later. 10 again.
Okay, you take out 2/3 of the wisp's health, mathematically. Cool. And it's its turn now.
All right.
On its turn, it goes to attack you.
Mhm.
It rolls a 7. Plus its attack of 4, so it's an 11.
That
So I want you to roll to defend.
yeah.
So roll a d10 out of 4.
Yeah, I've got so many numbers up here. That's I have 9.
Okay, so it hits you.
Mhm.
But it only deals 3 damage, which is blocked by your armor program, doing
Yep.
nothing.
Yep,
It's
yep.
now your turn again. You have 3 net actions before it gets another turn.
Yep.
Right.
And
You're probably going to be able to kill it pretty quick.
yes, I'm gonna take another sword swing.
Sounds good.
11.
It attempts a defense and it fails.
14 damage.
It is dead twice over.
Yep. Just cut through and go. And
It
Double
disappears from your vision.
like in the meat space, they will see me go. And nothing, no idea what the hell that was. And I'm gonna continue.
Your arms disappeared. What
Yeah.
happened? That was very scary in meat space.
And I'm gonna continue forward. Let me see if I feel like dealing with a hellhound right now. Sure, I still got armor up. Why not? Let's
Okay,
not
you have 2 net actions and you can't use your sword again.
Right. Well, I'm moving forward to the hellhound onto the next level. And
Okay, immediately when you encounter it, you have to beat its speed score.
yep,
So you got to roll a d10 plus your interface.
11.
Um,
Always at this 11.
the Hellhound's speed is 6.
Mhm.
Funny enough, for the Hellhound, its perception, speed, and attack are both 6.
Fitting.
Makes it easy to remember to GM it.
Oh yeah.
I'm very happy about writing that. So you're
okay,
able to, you're faster than it, so it doesn't get its cheeky 1 hit off.
Yeah.
And it goes to the top of the queue. You have 2 net actions before it gets a turn.
And I can't use sword, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use slide and just get away from it.
Sounds good. So you have to beat its perception score of 6.
I did on the base roll itself. I wound up with 12.
Okay. So you're able to slide away from the Hellhound,
Mhm.
and as far as you're concerned, all that's left is a password and a control node. You're out of combat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna backdoor through the through the password again. I'm gonna res a worm first though, just to.
It gives you a +2.
Yeah, why not? It's a 4th level, so sure.
Go ahead.
Just in case they didn't use the same password again. That's going to total up to 12.
All right, that's enough to break the deviate password, and you're with the control node.
Okay. What am I looking at with this control? Is it just this is the access to the sleep gas trap? Does it look like there's more to it?
So it's labeled sleep gas trap. That's sort of the file name.
Right.
And looking into it more deeply, you realize it can allow you to control, what position the elevator is in, if the doors are open, if the doors are closed, if the sleep nozzles are on or off.
Mm-hmm.
Helpful.
It also has a diagnostic of how the elevator is doing. And it turns out the elevator is fine.
Good
Just
to know.
from the inside, the fire, the stop for fire thing has been flipped. So you can manually, using a button, open the elevator right now from the outside because you're in this level of the connection.
Sounds good. Is there something I can put in here so I can just keep access to this? I don't have to go back in all the time. Some kind of a virus.
You could write a virus.
Yeah.
That would be a particularly difficult virus, but the good news is nobody's here shooting at you.
So I got some time.
And you got time. That will take 20 minutes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the elevator thing just so that it opens up for everybody.
Okay. The elevator opens up, and a corpse falls out onto the like out of the elevator. The corpse is emaciated, and it's just basically a skeleton with some leathery skin left on it. It probably looks like they starved. Looks like they starved to death. They are in what looks to be a like a suit that has like burn marks all over it, especially on one side.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go over and take a look at the. I'm gonna go over and take a look at the body to see what I can draw from it as far as the damage that it suffered. If there's burns to the actual skin, lacerations, whatever there might be.
Probably want to let that ventilate a little bit, and I'll start writing the virus.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
Grease is completely unfazed. He's just like, oh, okay.
Sounds good. Redtail, why don't you roll a d10 and add surgery to it?
Surgery.
So add 2.
Okay. Just adding surgery in the d10, that would be a 5.
Okay. So you notice that all of the burning is on one side of the body. And there's a very clear line sort of where there is burning and where there is not burning on the body.
Okay.
The skin appears to be like evenly crisped as well, so it does not look like your traditional burn victim.
I don't like hearing skin described like fried chicken. Evenly crisped.
The skin on the other side is boiled more heavily.
Are there any broken bones or anything that would indicate maybe that they were stuck, or any sort of ripping to the clothing or anything else that might indicate like they were trying to get away from something, or were they already dead and they were just burned?
The suit is blasted out on one side, and they appear to have just fallen forward.
It's funny what happens when a bomb goes off.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
Sometimes.
Their position on the ground also, when they moved, there's a difference in the area that they were covering and that they were not covering. So there is sort of a back shadow as well in the shape of a person on the other end of the elevator.
Gotcha. Okay. And I realized I made a mistake earlier. I should have been a 13 for the surgical roll. All right. So I'm going to take a look and see if this guy...
I was pretty sure you rolled higher, so I put it above a 9.
I just blanked.
At this point, any radiation is at safe levels.
Okay. Does this guy have any ID on him that would have survived or anything else like that?
Yes, it would have been in his front pocket.
All right, I'm going to check that.
So the ID is like a small old school ID card. It doesn't have a picture. It has a name. It says Craig Taylor. Sanitation Solutions. The best clean is our clean.
Okay.
Sorry, Craig.
All right. I'm going to take Craig's card with me in case it's like a chip card or something we can try to use later to scan our way through something.
It is an access card.
Oh, perfect.
Convenient.
Excellent. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Craig.
And then when 20 minutes are up, I'm just going to install the Rothgar virus into the elevator just so it's at my control when we come back.
Okay. You finish up your virus. I want you to roll a d10.
Yep. 11 again.
That beats the 10. You're able to install this virus. What it lets you do is once you're jacked in, it lets you skip from the first level of the elevator to the bottom of the elevator.
That'll work.
It puts you after the second password.
That works for me. And then I
You
will
immediate
jack
access
out.
to the control node.
Say what now?
Giving you immediate access to the control node.
Perfect. And then I will jack out and turn to the others and go. And when we come back, the elevators are ours.
Perfect. Excellent work as always.
I'll have to meet with you upstairs because I'll be here for the actual event.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll
That's
be
fine.
up there with everybody else.
And now
Probably
we're in
early.
Jeep.
Actually, should I bring anything with me if I'm going to be here early?
You're going to
I
be
have to
bringing
set up.
equipment in, right?
Oh, yeah, like boxes of it.
You want to load in all the other stuff that Grease here picked up from his new best friend?
New.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
Old friends.
All right.
He's
I
not
was
old
your
best
new
friend.
best friend.
Let's take a break.
Yep.
Perfect.
Sound
Yeah.
This
good?
is a good break time.
As we're at the midpoint of the
Yeah,
adventure.
and we'll come back on Friday.
Yeah, excellent. So everyone who's tuned in so far, thank you so much. We are playing
But-
Cyberpunk Red.
By Friday, we mean in like 10 minutes.
Yes,
to
in 10
play
minutes.
In 10 minutes,
Um,
Friday.
To play
And
through
we're
Friday.
still gonna be on. We're
Tonight.
still gonna be on.
In
Wednesday.
character Friday.
In character
Friday.
No, in character Wednesday.
Oh, we're coming back for the gala?
You probably want to check out upstairs.
Fair. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, it would be a good idea.
fine to
Anyway,
me.
for everyone who's tuning in, thank you so much. We are playing Cyberpunk Red. I'll drop a link in a second to where you can check that out over on DriveThruRPG, but you can also check it out over on our Talsorian's website.
I have been told by certain sources that it sold ridiculously quickly on DriveThruRPG.
It did.
Like just blew other games out of the water.
Yeah,
So
it's one of the
congrats,
fastest
y'all.
sellers. You are now?
Mhm.
Awesome. Very cool. If you are enjoying this and you want to help us do more fantastic games like this and work with wonderful folks like James here, you can support us on Twitch. You can support us via our Patreon or buy some of our merch at our shop. I'll drop links in a second, but please check all those out. We also have a podcast. We run actual plays and interviews and a whole bunch of other content every day of the week, and you can check out past things over on our YouTube page as well, including next week, the interview that I did with James will be over on our YouTube page. So go check all that out. We appreciate it. I'll drop links in a second, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes with the rest of tonight's one shot. And we're back. Thank you for everyone for sticking around through our break. I hope you grabbed a snack, a beverage, and are ready to get back into some Cyberpunk Red. James?
Okay. So, the elevator is yours, Grendel. You've pwned it. The next step is clear. Now that the elevator's online.
Going up, everybody?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I just walk on in.
I'll throw Craig Taylor's dried out corpse over onto the couch and then go inside the elevator.
As you put it down, it breaks in half.
Oh, gag reflex. Okay, all right. Oh, that was gross.
I just get in.
In the corner of the elevator that you couldn't see from your degree, there is a partially melted plastic mop bucket.
Oh, poor Craig from sanitation.
There's so the elevator's buttons a lot of them don't work.
I could probably fix that though.
Yeah, I just look at Grendel.
Yeah.
Going up?
You can fix it. There are two buttons online. There is one is luxury apartment floor. This is like the special elevator. The one that hits the full building, this is not that one. That one is destroyed, by the way. This one goes to the luxury apartments, and it goes to penthouse suite.
Well,
and there is a key that is required to turn for the penthouse button. Of course, you don't.
Yeah, I don't need it. And on that note, is this an elevator that there are no exits on any other floor, or does it just not stop there?
There are no exits on the other floor.
Because I could just move the elevator wherever I feel like at that point. All right, well, what floor are we feeling like?
Want to check the penthouse, but they might have security set up there already, so I don't know.
I mean, I can go up there and say I'm scoping it.
You would potentially need a crew.
Yeah, y'all are my crew. You're my techies, right?
Your personal assistants. Who are you again?
My name's 13. I'm a DJ.
Cool.
Yeah. Peace. All right, yeah, let's do it. Penthouse.
Yeah, sounds good. And I'll just access and up. I'm also going to go ahead and, while I'm in here, just disable those nozzles so that they're not turn onable by somebody else.
That actually, what is your electronic security skill? Because that's not that easy.
Well, my electronic security tech skill is 13 without a roll.
You'll need to beat a DV17 for that, and it will take you 10 minutes.
How long of an elevator ride is it? Okay.
Yeah, not 10 minutes.
I'll do it later.
These are fast elevators. This is the.
I'll keep it in mind, but I'll do it later.
Fair enough. So you go to the top floor, and the elevator exits into a hallway. The hallway has been recently cleaned. 1. 2, it probably wasn't cleaned by the guy in the elevator. 3, there's sorry, was that too much?
Is there a placard for Craig somewhere? Like this hallway was cleaned in memory of Craig.
Employee of the month.
No, they wouldn't put that in the penthouse floor. There's a hallway, and the penthouse floor is just this big open ballroom area. The ballroom is marked with gaffer tape, like they're going to set up a stage on one side of it, presumably for 13. Unless they were planning this a long time ago and just put in tape in these random spots.
Okay.
Occam's razor says that somebody has come here and said, like, the pre-planning people have the tables are going to be here and the chairs are going to be there.
Been planning.
And indeed, there are stacked up tables and chairs on the corner of the room.
Okay. I'm going to take a quick look around. I'm going to pull my bug detector out and just kind of walk while we're walking around, just be like looking at it.
I've just got mine on.
See if it goes off anywhere as we're going through, which will help me pinpoint cameras, microphones.
Sounds good. So you guys are gonna search around the room. You're looking for, well, you're using bug detecting, so you're just walking throughout.
I'm following him, but I'm putting my goggles on.
There is cool. So the ballroom, it has this beautiful pyramid skylight ceiling. If you look up, it exits directly onto a helipad as well. And the helipad itself is marked out for like, oh, we're going to put a hedge here and we're going to put a hedge here. And this is where we're going to have the ice swan. In fact, here's the plan for the helipad. In the center of the helipad, the north helipad, there's another helipad where they're actually going to land the people. On the north helipad is converted to like an exterior, let's have fun outside area of the party. Presumably where we can't hear 13's music. Like it's not the dance floor. It's the, we're done dancing. Let's hang out in the it's not so loud place. You can tell I go to parties a lot, and I haven't been to a party.
I hope Noah's been to a party in a year. Let's just be real.
I hope so.
All my parties are digital.
Technically, I have been to a party in the last 12 months, but
that's it.
It was
reminded today that it was ago. 1 year till I last went to Dandelion at PAX Unplugged in Philly.
I was at PAX Unplugged in Philly.
Same, every year.
We've known each other for a year.
Oh, it has been a year. It's our anniversary, clone.
Anyway.
Clone anniversary.
So they've got hedges set up around the edges, so no particularly drunk corpo can take a very long fall during the party. In the center of it, they have a punch bowl. Rising out of the punch bowl is set to be, it's marked as ice motorcycle and punch bowl on the floor in like chunky gaffer tape. That's the north helipad. Then we have the ballroom area, which has tables on the far outsides, sort of box couches on the outsides, and there is a dance floor in the middle with a stage. There is an area for sound equipment behind that. And then the other helipad is marked as do not put furniture. That's all it says.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna ask 13. Hey 13, how often are people coming into these shows armed with visible weapons?
It's a corporate event, so it's not often.
Other than the corpse.
I mean, the corpse opens, but like the random guests don't have too many. But I mean, it's nice city.
We should probably find a place to stash our larger weapons, I would think.
Yeah, I can bring them in with my equipment if you want.
Yeah.
So I wanna make sure that I get to the bug thing. Can you just both roll a d10?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Any bonuses?
Oh, and from this point on, if you roll a 10 on a 10-sided die or a 1 on a 1-sided die, let me know, because we have crit fail and crit success.
Right. Are we doing any bonuses to this?
Any bonuses
any skill?
I just want to know an outcome.
8.
7.
You search the place. You can't find any bugs. There is like a tracker marker on the south helipad, but that's for pathing on a for like an auto helicopter type dealio for dropping stuff off.
Is that what it is?
I have to come in on one of those, so don't mess with it too much. Like I need to come in on one of those with my equipment stuff.
Well,
all right. No, they've no reason to bug this. They don't see this coming.
What about security cameras?
There are no security cameras.
Interesting.
Now, out of curiosity, what do you guys think the odds are of them dropping off those motorcycles using that pathfinding equipment there?
Pretty high. Relatively high.
And now the real question is that how you want me to fuck with this, or do you want me to do something more special?
Well, I would assume that they're going to be bringing the helicopters in before the event.
Yeah, we could crash the whole thing before it even starts.
We could, but that's not as exciting or spectacular, and they want spectacular.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If people show up and the motorcycles are already like garbo, they're not gonna stay. Like no one's
That's
going to
true,
be here
yeah.
to see their failure.
Yeah,
Hey, he said embarrassment, but you're
Yeah,
right.
so you should have beforehand. They're not going to be embarrassed. They're just going to be like, we had to cancel due to unforeseen circumstances. You know how corps are.
Yeah,
Plus, I might just bring him in during the party to kind of show him off, rolling him into the room. You know.
that's what I was thinking. If they're gonna bring him into the room, then I can mess with them that way, or we could just dump the whole thing before it even starts. But you're right, flashy is more important here.
Yeah. Let's aim for Flash.
All right.
I love the concept you said of if these fancy new motorcycles have autopilot, just taking that over, and there's some nice big windows over there. They can go right through.
It sounds like a blast
Just
to me.
don't hurt anybody.
I won't hurt anybody that gets out of the way.
So it is
love
worth
you.
mentioning, you do hear very like a helicopter approach. It sounds like a sound I'm not going to make and embarrass myself right now. But it's getting louder and louder.
I don't know. So maybe we should walk and talk.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I have a legit reason to be here, y'all. It's fine.
You do.
you do.
One of us does. I can stay with you. You two.
No, you're my agent.
Yeah.
You're my tech guy.
Mhm.
And you're my nutritionist.
Do you have a subscription plan with him?
Have you subscribed to our nutritional shakes?
That works for me.
Okay. I'm just gonna kick on my goggles. Just while we're waiting, since we're going with this plan, just to scan and pathfind this area, like scan for an access point nearby, and then pathfind and see what I got.
Roll a d10.
Yep. 8.
The access point that was here was fried out by the bomb. So basically the only one in range
Sounds
is that
good.
elevator.
That actually,
There are a lot of like dumb tech in here, like lights, but those don't require a net architecture, nor are they hooked up
right.
to net
That's
architecture.
actually good to know, though, because then I can hang out near the elevator and mess with stuff if I have to. Okay, good. And off.
Okay, the helicopter does get closer. Unless if you guys don't want to get away, it will land, and presumably it will have people on it.
sure.
But maybe not.
All right, well, I'm personally done here. If you want to wait, maybe they'll roll the motorcycles out and I can mess with them while you're talking. Otherwise, your call.
I mean, we can also watch from a hidden pin.
That would look weirder if you came out afterward. Just hang out with me, y'all. It's fine. I never had trouble getting anybody into any venue. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just a
Like I
venue.
said, I did my part, so it's all up to you guys at this point.
All right, yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't mind seeing what they're bringing in,
Sounds good.
and I might know them anyway. All right,
Sure, but
let's
on
do
your
this.
happy face.
The
I'm gonna walk around like I'm inspecting the site.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're making sure that my writer has been followed.
And I'm gonna have a
There's
disappointed look on my face.
There are no M&Ms. I'm very upset.
There's no green M&Ms.
That's the only color I'll eat.
the helicopter does touch down on that south south helipad, and out of it comes a woman and a man dressed in like mid-tier corporate suits who start like looking around, and they have an assistant with them. Rendell, did you fuck off?
No, I was told to hang around as the IT.
The woman, you know her. You had a thing.
Fuck.
It didn't end well.
Is there a problem?
Have they seen me yet?
You've seen her.
Okay. The moment I see her, I'm gonna go.
She is currently looking at the tape on the floor,
Yeah.
and trying to read it upside down.
Cool. I'm gonna hang out at the elevator, and I'll back out.
Okay.
Pointing.
Sounds good. They enter the room and they see they see 13 and they say, "Oh, I didn't know you were going to be here today."
Hi. Yeah, they said I could show up in advance, inspect the place. So I hope I'm not stepping on any toes here.
Oh, that's fine. I wonder if I wasn't CC'd. Hello.
Hi.
By the way, my name is Roger.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm 13.
I'm the event coordinator for this party. I think it's going to be great.
I'm so excited. I love the parallax. It looks so cool.
This is my fantastic collaborator, Zeph.
Hi.
She's the best. I'm so glad that we managed to get her transferred into on the team. She's just gonna check out the space.
Okay.
Make sure everything's great. She's a real badass.
In what sense? In what sense?
Oh, she's handling security for us.
Oh, cool. What kind of security measures are we going to have? Because I've had some fans recently get a little weird, so I want to make sure we're in a good spot with that.
Oh, thank you for bringing this to my attention. Armed security. We're thinking something concealable so it doesn't scare the guests.
Makes sense.
But at the entrances. Not waiting around the party. We don't want. It's hard to dance when you bump into a guy with a shotgun.
It's really no fun either. I've been to those parties, and it just kills the vibe.
Yeah, well, that's why you hired me. I have a few questions about setup here.
This is my agent, Grace.
Hello, Grease.
Yeah. So we're gonna need
interesting name for an agent.
Yeah, well, we're gonna need some light rigging here. I think obviously that's where the stage is gonna be.
Yes. We marked it out with the gaffer tape.
We're gonna need some more light rigging up here, and we're gonna need probably all of that move. I just point at where there's space marked off for tables. I mean, that's gonna need to shift.
He says, "Oh, don't worry. Where would you like us to move the tables?" And he sort of walks with you, and gets out of the general area as you show him where you want the tables.
I turn to the woman and I'm like, "That's why he's called Grease. He makes everything run real smooth."
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, Roger's kind of a ham.
Yeah, he's a little boring, huh? I thought this kind of event would have a super cool event coordinator. I mean,
so tell me about this creep.
It wasn't a specific creep. It's just some fans get handsy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get handsy.
Don't worry. If they get handsy, I'll take them off.
Thank you.
She sort of opens her jacket and pulls out a short, curved blade with a glowing edge.
Cool.
And she says, "Like butter."
That's very reassuring.
She says, "Don't worry, we're gonna have a marked off line. There'll be no fan interaction past that point. Nobody gets to go up on stage.
Good.
Standard protocols."
If I take a break to go get a drink, I don't mind talking to them, but I just don't want them to be in my space while I'm vibing.
If you need a drink, you can. We'll have an attendant. You can call over.
Wonderful.
You
Also,
want, one of your group can be that.
Right. So Red Tail's in
That
charge
makes
of my
more
nutrition and my hydration. So I will leave it all to them.
Got it. Thank you.
What kind of selection for food and drinks are we going to be talking about here? 13 can't be ingesting anything that's crap. We got to only have the finest.
You just hear
Does
from the
13
other
have
side.
Any dietary restrictions?
You just hear from the other side of the room. Green M&Ms. I don't want to screw up like last time.
I actually only eat green food.
We do have salad options. We could
tomatoes.
pair some of the kale salads without tomatoes or raspberries.
Okay.
We do have like high fat selection for those of us who enjoy small pieces of pizza. We also have oh, sorry, this is Roger. This is not Zeph.
Okay. That makes
This is-
sense. We're all kind of in the same room. We're yelling
Yeah.
at each other. It's fine.
Fair. He's supposed to be looking at tables right now.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, he is, but
I've
I can yell at him from
I've
across
been
the
being
room.
an asshole and just like making him rearrange their floor layout and like rip up tape and move it like while I'm standing there.
He has different colored tape that overrides the previous color of tape.
Perfect.
He wouldn't be ripping up tape. He does have
Override
this
tape.
little stick that puts tape down.
I'm making him remap like half the fucking room just to be a dick.
Good times.
The point is, I only eat green food. So I will drink absinthe, I will drink chartreuse, and I will drink Mountain Dew. And then green smoothies. And then I only eat salads and pesto and green candy.
Well, everything I think is
And
going to
Soylent
be in
Green.
order for that.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna shoot Grease a message from inside where I just fucked off out of sight. Just let him know if she makes me, this whole op is blown.
All right, I have some things I have to deal with. 13, are we good here?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Excellent. All right, I'm gonna go out the other way. I will send Chopper to pick you up.
We can all leave for now. I'll be here on the right day.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
we'll all
Thank
go.
you.
Travel arrangements for later.
Roger, Zeph, pleasure to meet you. The other assistant was never acknowledged, so I do not acknowledge their existence like an agent would, and I just walk away.
Thank you both. I feel safe and also seen.
The other assistant is just waiting near the AV port.
Mm-hmm. I don't acknowledge them.
It's a driver.
We'll just follow until.
Zeph says, "Nah, nice meeting you."
Once
So
Once
you
we're
guys are going down.
yeah,
into
once
the
once we're alone, I like drop the diva a little bit, and I'm like, I eat other food. I just thought I would fuck with them.
I mean, yeah, that was the point.
It
Distraction.
was pretty funny.
It was.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, and I'll steer the elevator back down to the lowest that we can get.
Why did you fuck off, Grendel?
Because if she makes me, then it doesn't matter who you are.
Who is she?
So who's that?
An obstacle.
Hmm.
Point is,
Like ex-boss, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-lover, ex-fiance.
let's go with X, and I'll let you fill in with your imagination. Point is, she sees me while we're here. It's going to be an issue for everybody else that's here.
You've never done tech for a show before?
I've done tech for a lot of people. Doesn't mean she likes it.
I mean, she can deal with who the fuck I hired.
Tell you what, if she does make me, that'll be both your jobs to tell her that
Yeah.
she can deal with it.
Yeah,
And help.
on it.
I can deal with it.
I'm the talent here.
But
Okay.
she will cause a stink about things. So I'd prefer to not start off on that foot.
If she cannot be discreet, then she does not deserve her job.
Sounds good to me. And hey, if you can get that stored, extra bonus.
Well, now you're just getting me excited. Before we disperse, is there anything you need for Friday?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm gonna do a little shopping tomorrow. Text me a
Okay.
list.
Sounds good.
I
Can
will
do.
pick it up. 13, Red Tail. Anything you need?
I'm good. Just get me your stuff that you want me to create in.
I will.
Oh, here's my card.
I will have it delivered tomorrow.
Or whatever we use in place of cards in 2045.
Huh.
Here's my chip.
Okay, I will have it delivered tomorrow. Red Tail.
I'll just shake my medi bag and be like, I got all I need.
Good shit. All right, we will get this taken care of, and I will see you all here at 4 on Friday.
Works for me.
If I'm actually going to make this work, I'll be here a little earlier, but I'll just meet y'all. I'll be here at like 3:30.
That's fine. As you mentioned earlier, you are a distraction.
And also
It's
bringing
true.
bringing the gear in that you don't want people to see. So we have to.
Oh yeah, do you want me to leave anything anywhere besides just with me?
Yeah, there'll be a marked box if you can leave it by the elevator out of
On it.
sight.
Yeah.
Can do.
I'm gonna give Grendel the card that I got, the access card, just to see if he can see what this might do for us.
All right. Yeah, I'll play with this a little bit. I'm guessing it's just a regular card, so I can't like mess with it. I have to like touch it to things. Yeah, so I'll just hang on to it for when we need to move around.
Sounds good.
And then when we get off the elevator, I will disable the elevator again.
Good times. Okay, so we've got a day until Friday. We got Thursday to prepare. What does everybody want to do in that time? How do we want to proceed? What's the plan?
How long / able am I to like uninstall, reinstall hardware on my deck to swap things out?
Each action in that area takes an hour.
Okay.
So you got time.
Okay.
What do you want to? Make your perfect deck.
Yeah, well, I was more thinking of like, what am I going to ask Grease to buy me, and is it worth the hour time to swap things around?
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. I'm going to send Grease a list of 3 swords and 2 banhammers, and 2 armors.
How much money do you have, Grace?
Well, he's also going to need to send me some credits for these things. It's not free.
When he sends me that back, I will send him a list of 1 sword, 1 banhammer, and 1 armor.
Now, that said...
And 150 credits that go with it.
Am I on this group thread?
Potentially.
It's a group chat.
I can also...
I can kick you 100.
I can also reach out to our employer and tell them that I need to pick up a few items. So
I will send the original list back again.
Okay. And I will receive, what is that? 250 credits, and then
what I was asking for originally was going to cost 350.
350.
What I asked for originally would cost 350. What I was going to buy on my own was 150.
Okay. If you send me 150 and 13 sends me 100, I have enough, but I can also haggle that down, and I can also ask our employer for some funds. So I am going to text Dango and just say,
what do you text Dango? You up? Like, what are you texting this guy?
No, I just text him. I would be like, need to pick up some provisions, could use some creds, about 100.
Konnichiwa, sumimasen. I can send you another 100. Just ask me first. I've got plenty of money. This is exciting.
Dango responds, I am indisposed at the moment. I have been, I took a line of synth coke about a half an hour ago. And it's really hitting me, my dude.
Enjoy, brother. I will take care of my business, and then I will just reply and say, can anyone else pitch in a little more?
Got it. I'll throw you 100.
Then texts you about 2 minutes later, really looking forward to drinks on Monday.
I text thumbs up. All right, I'm going...
Smiley face.
Perfect.
Then formal bow emoji.
Yes, I reply with a formal bow emoji as well. And then I will go shopping, unless anyone else sends me a shopping list.
No, I'll just say I got some extra money if we end up needing more.
I will go pick up what Grendel needs then.
Okay.
So exciting, guys. The shopping game. The amount of store trips in this adventure.
Yeah, we are doing more shopping than I expected.
Buy me shit.
You were doing a lot more shopping than I expected.
Let's
Fixer.
go to the mall.
I'm assuming we can fast forward a little bit. I'm just gonna do my haggle roll.
Sounds good. What are you trying to buy? You're trying to buy programs, hardware?
Just whatever programs he sent me on the list. So whatever that list was.
Sound good. Attempt your haggle roll. You can.
I rolled
find
a
these
10.
He didn't ask for anyone's above $100. So to be honest, he's just using this so that you can haggle on it. He could get these. He could find these himself.
Yeah. I rolled a 10. So.
The shopkeeper rolls under than that. You're able to make a deal.
All right.
So choose one of your fixer deals of your level.
I would just want 10% off.
That's a good fixer deal.
So, so it was $350, I believe, and I can get the entire thing for
$315.
Get $35 off.
$315. Okay.
And then give me my money back, bitch.
I'm not telling you how much it cost.
You're an asshole.
Finder's fee.
Fixer.
Exciting. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Just pack all of the stuff into my gear as like covertly as possible. Both like the weapons that they sent me and also my heavy melee weapon and my own weapons.
There's a skill for that. It's called Conceal Reveal Object.
I don't have that skill.
Then you get to add the skill that it's based on, which I believe is tech. I think.
I'll try
Let me
it.
check though. Actually, why not check? Why don't we check? Conceal Reveal Object is int.
Oh, it's better than my tech. Awesome.
So you just roll and you add int.
I rolled a 10. 15.
If you roll a 10, did you roll a natural 10?
Yes, it's a 0.
Okay, then roll it again.
Oh, I did too, by the way. That's why I said
It's
it.
a 4.
So it's a 14 plus your int.
19.
19. Grease, why don't you see if you can beat a 19 by rolling it again and adding it to the 10?
Yep.
All right, we're above 21, which means it's heroic. I think you're fine.
So question, did we leave our weapons and stuff in the actual venue or did we take them back with us?
You gave them to me.
Yeah, we're delivering stuff over to 13 so that they could be stashed away and then left at the elevator.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
And like foam packaging and like all those kind of DJ
Cool.
things to deal with.
And that's
Those
for all the
massive Pelican cases.
non-concealable stuff.
Yeah, that's for all the non-concealables, which is, I think, the majority of our weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only one of mine, actually, but yeah.
The only concealable I have is the one that they gave me. Like past that, I have like a heavy melee, so I'm like, that's not concealable.
I have all the small guns, apparently.
Yeah.
Just...
I have a very heavy pistol that's not concealable, but I'm also going in the ground floor up the elevator, so I'm not going to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Yeah.
carry the microwaver around.
Yeah.
Don't care.
All the
I just have a
small
rifle.
guns. Yeah, no, locked and loaded. Pack
All right.
ready to go.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone want to do anything else, or should we just move forward?
move
in the
forward.
time?
Yeah, let's jump.
Let's do it.
I mean, I will go back to looking cooler, but I don't think that takes all that much for me.
Sounds good. We're at Friday. We're at 3:50. At the time 13, you said you wanted to show up to the venue. How do you show up to the venue, 13?
Well, I was assuming they would be sending a car for me or a helicopter. Since, you know, they're paying me to DJ their thing.
Okay. This is more of a, so how this is, you get a text on your agent like, do you want us to pick you up or do you have transportation?
No, I want them to come get me with a car big enough for all my gear, or a helicopter.
Cool. They said we'll send you an AV4.
Awesome.
At 3 o'clock, an AV4 shows up. Near a place you've designated, and there are two dudes, and they come out and they help you load the stuff. One of them says that they're a big fan.
Oh, thank you. I can find something for you if you want.
Oh, could I get a picture?
Yeah, of course. Hover hands. Oh god, it went blurry again. Oh no. Camera, fix yourselves.
Oh no.
Ah, there it is.
It worked. It worked. It worked. You're back.
Excellent.
Autofocus is my nemesis. With this thing on.
It can't see you. There's a so the flight is pretty short. AV4s are really fast. And despite it being across the city, it takes like 10-20 minutes. Turns out that's pretty convenient.
Yeah, that was nice. That was
and
helpful.
You land at the southern helipad. When you arrive, all of the tables have been already set up and stuff, and the motorcycles are there. They're sort of positioned on the sides of the stage.
Mhm.
There's two on the sides of the stage, sort of positioned like, kind of like they're doing a wheelie. They're little stands. Except the little stands are just on the bottom leg.
Right.
They're actually like gyro stabilized. So.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to take pictures of the whole venue before it gets messed up and send it to my group thread of friends. Because I feel like that's something that I would do.
Sounds good.
So I'll get photos of every area if I can, like the ballroom, both helipads, bathrooms if I need to, like just kind of the whole like here's what it's looking like today.
I'll message back wherever the bikes are, please.
The two bikes are near the sides of the stage, and there's also like a 3-bike like centerpiece on
like
the
I think
floor.
it was 3-bike moon.
They're like all on their back wheel put together in the middle of the area. Beautiful. And then of course there is one that is ice on the in the middle of a punch bowl that is yet to be filled near the hedged balcony area.
All right.
In these pictures that I'm getting, am I seeing anything that I can access once I get there, whether it be like digitally or directly interfacing into it?
Typically you have to be on location in order to figure out
when I get there, just trying to use your picture to scout it out.
I mean, typically net architectures are really big. They're like server sized.
Yeah.
So the vehicles themselves won't be net architectures.
Okay.
Unless they're connected to one that they end up shipping in.
Right, which is what I was looking for. I'm looking for things like, do I see receivers? Do I see other like portable access points, etc.?
No.
Okay.
Other than the one, if you have a big enough DJ set, it might have one. Like if you need to do a bunch of stuff, like light stuff. But
I'm personally okay with that, but I'm not sure. Like, it says that I have a pocket amp and a musical instrument of my choice, so I was kind of just
okay. That's not big enough.
That's what I thought. I'm not that great yet. I'm like level 4.
Yeah, that would be a more permanent installation too.
Okay, gotcha.
So no, Grendel.
All right, I'll text back. Autopiloting the bikes might be off, but we'll see.
All right, let's do this.
So when does the helpful crew arrive?
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, 30 minutes later, it's 4 o'clock. Party begins at 5.
We're downstairs. Figure Grendel will need a little bit of time to check out any new equipment that's been brought in, see if there's anything new to interface with, make sure no traps have been set, no additional security was input from our entry point, and then roll in once the party gets rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I'll head over to the elevator, access it, turn it back on.
I'm going to check for bugs on the ground floor.
How are we for time, by the way?
We're good.
I'm I'm getting East Coast, West Coast mixed up. Do we have an hour and a half or an hour left?
Hour.
Hour. Gotcha. So does anyone somebody wanted to check for traps?
Me.
Where did you want to do that?
I'm just checking for bugs on the ground floor to make sure they're not monitoring this entrance.
No, you haven't found any bugs yet, and it's exactly how you left it.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure our entry point wasn't.
Yeah. And I was plugging into the access point in the elevator. I was going to see if anything else has been attached into the access point, or if I can access anything else from there, like piggyback into other systems in the building.
So it's the same way it's the same that you saw it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty closed function.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the elevator.
All right. Well,
you do notice that it did once connect to another one, but that does not exist anymore.
Is it something that can be rebuilt, or is it just completely severed?
You can go to the end of it and try it out. Why not?
Yeah, why not? So I'll do that.
It is basically like using virus.
Yeah.
But in the opposite direction.
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna see what I can rebuild. Since I already have control over this one, I can at least rebuild it, and maybe if something tries to spill over, I can keep it blocked out.
Okay.
13.
So you're able to reestablish a bridge
that
had been blocked out, but the bridge goes somewhere you might not want to go.
Where's that?
It goes to the old net. And in the distance, you can see like a large sort of like cloud-like entity with the face of like a man with like really sharp angular features. Like his mouth is half open and he's looking around.
Yep. I'll just I'll go ahead and disconnect that.
All right. You're out.
Yep. All right. Well, we have a way in that doesn't involve helicopters and shit like that, but when we get up there, I'll have to do some looking around to what they put up and see what I can play with.
Figured.
Yep. But hey, we don't have to take a fucking helicopter and go through security. So
Grendel, I believe you have like a your home roll.
I do, yeah.
Don't you have the net one right after it?
I do not.
Okay. Roll that. Roll
Okay.
your home. It's your home.
Sure.
The net is your home.
The net is your home.
17.
So you're pretty sure that was a rabbit. You probably know a couple of people who died that way. A couple of swords isn't going to help you with that thing.
Yeah, that's why I disconnected. I'm not even going to touch that anymore.
It's death incarnate.
Yep. The only reason I would want to go back into it is to open it up to let it go into something. And that's about it.
Like maybe sick it on a different Netrunner.
If it comes down to it, then absolutely. But for now, not touching that.
Got it. So I guess we'll let the party start.
Yep.
Let's get some guests in here.
Let's make sure. I want to make sure of everyone's position before the party starts. Grendel, you wanted to be downstairs at the bottom of the elevator.
Yeah, and then once the party's actually started, you can ride it up. I thought that I was going to hang back in the elevator and do the work, but since the only connection point is somewhere in the net I do not want to go, I'll have to go inside. But I didn't want to go in through the security on the helicopter pads and stuff like that. I wanted to already be in the building.
Right. So, Redtail, where do you want to be?
My plan for this was just to find a defensible position, probably near Grendel, since he's going to be the one who's trying to get in to make this happen. I assume also since I'm trauma team, that's probably the first thing I'm looking for, since fighting is something I would assume is going to happen. I'm also going to try and put myself in the middle between 13 and Grendel so that I can play my role of the nutritionist if need be and kind of come in and do that, as well as just being essentially team security and trying to keep everybody safe.
So I'm gonna just want to make sure I get this correct.
Sure.
Grendel, are you down on the lower floor?
I was on the lower floor, and then when the party started, I was going to ride the elevator up to the penthouse and come in.
Yeah.
Very, very well. I understand what you mean. So you guys want to be on the higher floor.
Yes.
Mhm.
By the time the party has started, I'll have joined the higher floor. I just don't want to
Okay.
go through security, so elevator.
Gotcha. Grease, what about you?
Same. I'm gonna head up with them, but I'm also going to act as their forward scout. So once we get up there, I'm gonna grab whatever equipment I needed from the box that was left near the elevator as requested, and move in while they're grabbing their stuff and get set up. And that way I can quickly notify them of any new changes in terms of security or things they should watch out for.
And if we need to use the elevator as a lockbox, I can do that for us.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Helpful.
All right. So the party is sort of started. There is they have some background music on.
No one arrives on time for these things.
Nope.
You want to be fashionably late.
Nobody arrives on time, and 13 set doesn't start for a little bit anyways.
That's what
How
we're
long of a show do you typically play at these things, 13?
It depends on the event. Probably for a corporate 2 to 3 hours tops. For a club night, it can be anywhere from 4 to 6.
Okay. And when do those sets typically start? Time
When
in
it's
the evening.
not corporate, usually like 11 o'clock at night. But when it's corporate, 7 or so, once folks have eaten and shown up.
Okay. Well, that sounds correct. You're on track for your set being 7 to 8.
Is there a
7 to
green room
9.
area, by the way? Is there like a backstage at all for us to hang out when we're not on?
No, actually, they've turned
Weird.
the hallway into that.
Oh,
So when you guys get up there, there is a curtain they've put up. Happens to be near the elevator.
nice.
And they've filled that area with like your boxes and the stuff that you need. So it can be out of sight from the party. Since this upper floor is only a ballroom.
Right. So I'm
Yeah,
hanging out in the hallway then until we actually go on.
For
Perfect, we'll come into
realism's
the green
sake, there is also a bathroom.
room.
I forgot
Good.
to. I have this problem where I design TRPG spaces without bathrooms, and then I realize they don't have a bathroom afterwards.
You know it's important.
It's
It
kind
is.
of like how on Star Trek nobody ever pees. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, good. Then we'll come in through the green room when we
Yeah.
come through the elevator. So works out.
The bathroom's on the other side, so nobody's walking through the green room to try to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Now the realism is important to me for some reason. Okay. We're starting to get the first people to show up. So, the people that are helping set it up are already there.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are directly friends with those people in the company are showing up like, hey, so nice to see you, Michael. Matt. I'm just trying to think of the whitest names I can possibly
See,
think
they
of.
got boring ass names in the future. They should all
Pull
be
it off
like
and-
Grayson and McKaylee and like.
David.
Oh, Kayla.
Well, these are corpos after all.
Mm.
Yeah, but still, I feel like a lot of people
Dork
named their kids Daenerys in like 2020.
All right, so we'll come in through the elevator into the green room.
Very well. Our
It's
friend
not green,
Roger,
nor is it a room. I'm very sad about these things.
green hallway.
I like green and rooms.
Our friend Roger is there, making sure everything is set up, and Zeph is sort of looking around one of the helipads, the one with the ice sculpture.
Once we're upstairs, once we are kind of situated, we have our gear, what we wanted inside. Grendel, what do you need?
Well, now I need to find something else to mess with because I don't think they're gonna let me touch the bikes.
I'm not gonna let you touch the bikes. I just smile.
They're not gonna let me touch the bikes, but if they let you touch the bikes, I can't exactly do things through you.
Do you have anything I could plant on one that would let you override it?
Not on me, but tell you what, if you can convince them to let me get close enough to the bike, maybe to set up at least near one, I could directly plug into it. Until then, just 13. Did you see anything else around this area, like moving vehicles, like things that might move boxes and move heavier shit that I could probably interface with?
First off, did I? But probably not, because it's not a very big area.
Are there things
James.
like are there like driving forklifts around here? Driving forklifts.
what?
I'm looking for other vehicles that I can maneuver things with.
There is a
But
dolly.
it's not automatic.
There's a dolly. I'll give you a dolly.
Like
Nope,
Okay.
it's a push dolly.
So in that case, I will say, Roger, darling.
Roger sort of hops over in a half skip.
Hi, I just had a fantastic artistic vision, but we have to make it happen in the next like 10, 15 minutes or so if we want it to be really cool. Okay, so my tech guy right here needs access to the motorcycle so that right at the climax of my show, like when we get to the very, very end and people are dancing and drunk and having a great time, we can make the motorcycles rev and light up like right with the music. It'll be so cool looking.
Oh, we've provided you 2 motorcycles near your stage. If you want to interface with them, that's fine.
Yes, that's all I need. I need him to be able to like
We
control them just to
we-
get that cool stuff going.
We can't, however, move the sculpture in the middle. The vice president was very specific about the sculpture being that way.
That's perfectly fine. Those 2 will be.
He wanted to show
perfect.
off the gyro stabilizers in the back half of the machine.
No. Those 3 that are in that
Fine.
cool sculpture with the ice and the punch and all, that's great. But like the 2 by the stage, if we could have those, would be amazing.
I turned.
Not have them, but like use them for a bit.
Yes.
He sort of points to the stage area. He says, "There's a plastic box
Mhm.
under the table that has a little computer in it that is already hooked up to those for lights, for sounds. We do not have any engines in those either. They are display models."
Okay, that
Perfectly
makes sense.
fine. I hold my hand out to Grendel. Like, give me what you need me to plug into that.
I'm gonna go.
Or he can just go. It's fine.
I'm literally just going to take his hand because it's all attached to me and go, lead the way.
Okay. And I'm going to body block line of sight where Zeph is and walk him over there.
Yep.
Aww.
I will just hold his hand the whole way through.
Aww. It's a budding cyber romance.
Zeph is just outside looking around,
Yep.
waiting for the show to be over,
Perfect.
like ready to collect a paycheck.
Can I
This is
go
not an
look at
interesting
this?
gig.
Can I go look at this sculpture thing while people are filtering in? Because they keep making kind of a big deal out of it, and I'm curious now.
Sure. I want to let me do Grendel and Grease's side
go,
bit.
go.
I'll hop to your side bit right after. Grendel and Grease,
Yep.
hand in hand.
Mhm.
You want to go over to the stage table with the black box?
Yeah, I want to go over that way. On the way, if we're passing the sculpture, I want to see if they could visibly have engines in them, because that's a bit more useful to mess with. But if not, then I'll make a way over to the other 2.
The 3 in the sculpture are completely final models.
Okay.
They do have engines in them and everything. The other 2 look like they are, but are not.
So as we're walking past, I'll say to Grease, on the way back, if I can touch those, then that'll be helpful.
Perfect. Yes, we will make a pit stop.
Mhm.
What can we do with these ones with no engines? Can you do anything electrical?
I can make them make a fuck
Like
ton
so.
of noise and just be really obnoxious.
Perfect.
And so yeah,
Technically, that would require absolutely no hacking.
yeah.
Hacking.
Hacking.
But I'd
Hacking.
like,
For that
Hacking,
section.
hacking.
but I'd like to do it in a
hacking,
way that
hacking.
doesn't look like. I'd like to do it in a way that looks like I'm not, causing a scene. I want them to just kind of freak.
Sure, that falls into the purview of hardware hacking,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is that's the electronic side of electronics and security tech.
Yep. 18.
So it is worth mentioning because you, Grease, I'm going to have you roll for that body blocking because he is trying to do a rather large task.
I put the hood up anyway, just so like my face isn't immediately visible, just in case.
Would this kind of stealth?
I mean, probably something more social than stealth. Stealth can work. You're like, I think this is acting, to be honest.
What about persuasion?
You're not persuading anybody.
Okay. I don't have acting, that's why I asked. What's acting based on?
No, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine then.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. 13.
Okay. That's above that's the second tier of task. The first one's like super easy. However, Grendel, that was a very high roll. That beats the difficult threshold, which is what you're trying to do. So what do you want to do to this thing? You beat the difficult threshold, so within reason.
I want to set them up so that at a trigger point, they just start going off like somebody's trying to carjack them. Just
yeah, that's super easy. Just wire the car alarm to a sensor or whatever. You probably keep those on you.
Yeah, easy stuff. That way, at the right point, I can just trigger them and they'll all go crazy. Whether that's to get people to look away so I can do something else, or just icing on the cake.
Sounds good. It's done.
Cool.
It took about 3 minutes, during which time, Grease, you were able to like successfully make sure that Zeph did not notice twice.
Yeah, if Zeph happens to glance this way, Zeph's going to see me standing by the DJ tables, not Grendel kneeling beneath them, plugging things in.
Yes.
And then on our way back, I will just walk past that sculpture and kind of do a loop around it with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna take his hand.
There.
I'm gonna take his hand again, just for the hell of it, and we're gonna walk over to the sculpture.
I want to hop back over to 13.
Yeah.
She wanted to check a look at that sculpture as well. So
cool.
We'll do her sculpture, and then we'll have you guys arrive at the end of that action.
Perfect.
So you want to check out the sculpture, 13?
Yeah, they keep mentioning it like it's the one thing we can't touch. So I'm kind of curious about it.
Are you talking about the ice sculpture in the Pedge area, or are you talking about the 3 motorcycles in a triangle in the middle of the dance floor?
Both on some level, but the 3 motorcycles first.
Okay. The 3 motorcycles. The 3 motorcycles are all like on their back tire, and they're using the auto stabilizing function to remain in that upright position.
I'll go with 13 as well. Just to
it looks rather arty.
Oh.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
No, it's just, hey, look at this cool feature of the bike. It can go on its back leg. Yes, I have a Hot Wheel with me for reference.
I love that. I could pull up the artwork and just tilt it.
Excellent.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to do like a circuit of the place. So maybe I don't even meet them. I just pass them because I'm like, sculpture, it's fine. And then I'm like, ice sculpture, what's that?
If you do walk past us, I say maybe go talk to Zeph for a minute.
Oh yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Although I don't see that, I just not. So I will go talk to Zeph then as I pass them.
So you hop out, you go outside, and you sort of hear the city noise as you get out of that very sort of soundproofed building section. Zeph is outside. She's smoking. She ashes and says, "Oh, 13, you're here."
Hey, got an extra one of those?
Yeah, you want one?
Of course. So, how'd you get involved with these folks?
She flicks off the top of her finger and lights the cigarette.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's just a job.
But how'd you get into security? Because I feel like I just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I'm still kind of thinking about careers, maybe.
Oh,
And
you don't need to do this. You're doing great.
I'm doing all right. Like
I
I'm
looked
not
up some of your
well-known.
I looked up some of your music. It's good stuff.
Well, thank you. It's all right. I just
No,
I,
no. You've got it. You've got it.
I should have a
to
backup, you
do.
know?
It's look, if I can give you any advice, the most important thing you can do is purge toxic people from your life.
Oh,
Once you get rid of all those toxic people, your life just turns around.
good to know.
You just have to cut them out.
Like with your cool knife thing, or like in a metaphorical
Oh, I
sense?
didn't bring it. I didn't bring it.
Oh, really?
It scares the suits.
Oh, it's so cool. I wanted
They're
one.
like, "Are you in a cult?" And I'm like, "No." And then they ask, "Have you used drugs in the past 30 days?"
And I'm like, who hasn't?
And you respond no. And then they let you do the job. And you get paid.
I do have one more question, just because you seem pretty cool. So Roger has this like designer thing happening, right? So why does this patio look like it's from 1973? Like, why is there an ice sculpture and a hedge, and not
the
like
ice
some
sculpture-
lights and some holograms?
The ice sculpture is pretty cool, actually. The center part twists.
Uh-huh.
It's like a 2-part ice sculpture. I don't know. I think it's cute.
What's it do though? Like it just rotates?
It just, the middle part rotate. Their whole big thing is that the back wheel of the parallax has its own balancing function, like like on one of the one wheels,
Mm-hmm.
except on the back of a bike. And because of that, the front wheel can be like a full circle instead of spokes. I'm not really a bike person, but it does look cool. I think they're planning on putting lights out here later in the night.
Oh, okay.
Or something, or like light up the hedges in different colors or something. But I don't know, to be honest.
That's way cooler.
To
I
be
should
honest,
ask Roger
kind
though,
of
because like ice
it's
sculpture,
kind of
weird.
Again, Roger is just, as what I've gathered, he's just putting things together that other people have put forth for him to do. He probably can't change that.
True. Probably very boring people made this whole plan.
How did you get up here?
What do you mean?
Because I've been watching all of the exits and entrances, and is the elevator working?
Like tonight, I got here with a helicopter.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. They picked me up.
For note, she did. The rest of us didn't.
Oh yeah, sorry. She's wondering how your people got here, because to her, she was watching the stuff and they appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, so there's like a ramp system to the 3rd floor, and then you can take the elevator from there. It was pretty simple.
I didn't know that worked. Thanks. I was
lit up.
I was wondering about that. Well, that's good. I was worried this place was a giant fire hazard.
No, I've only authorized it for my people. I didn't like tell any randos about it, so it should be a very like low-key thing. But I figured it was a good way to get into backstage without having to, walk through the plebs.
Oh, to be honest, I'm really glad you got it working because of your, the handsy problem. And thanks for letting me know about it.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I can escape if I have to. I'm pretty excited about that.
Great. Grendel is.
Yeah, my camera went to shit. Hang on.
You're not gonna be able to hide from your ex-girlfriend like.
So
maybe I can.
So this three bike moon setup here in the center, the centerpiece.
I love 3 bike moon.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I'm also so happy.
That is so funny.
How's this set up? What fun can we have with it?
You're talking to Roger?
No, I'm talking to Grendel.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to give you like a really corporate.
No.
We're about the benefits of the Zonda.
You can have no fun whatsoever.
Grendel and I are actively inspecting it. Just like we walked over and we're like, "Oh, this is neat." Like pretending we're just like, "Oh, this is cool," but like, what? Could,
Yeah, I'm
how can
I'm
we fuck
looking to
this up?
interface with it.
So there are
That's a private matter, Grendel.
There's a control panel on the like bottom of the bike right there.
Yeah, so I
for
I have interface plugs, so I wanted to just plug into it and put something in it to turn them on and drive them when I felt like it.
So the bottom of the bike has plugs for that are used for like repair and like, I want to check the suspension and stuff. The top part has the actual driving plug slot.
Okay.
That's the one for by the way, if you have interface plugs and you're driving a vehicle, you can drive without your hands.
Right.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. I want to plug into it, and I want to see if I can leave something in there so that I can just remotely do that.
Yeah, so that would be since you do so that would be land vehicle tech.
I don't have land vehicle tech, but I can roll based off whatever it's based off of.
You can just roll based off your tech.
That's true.
By the way, you can also use your luck points. No one's
used luck.
We have not used this yet. You're right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw half of my luck points at it, just for now, in case I need the other half later.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So that's gonna be 4 luck points.
And while he's doing that, I'm just gonna run interference. If Roger comes over to see what we're doing, why we're standing there so long, if someone else comes by, I'm just going to be a distraction.
It's worth mentioning Roger is coming over, so you meet him halfway.
Oh yeah, no, I make sure I intercept so he can't see that Grendel is plugging into the bike, and I just start chatting with him. I was like, very nice.
Roger says, "Greasy, right?"
Grease. And I
slippery?
stare him down.
Grease, because you make things run smoothly, right?
Yes. Speaking of,
Zeph, let me know.
Like a well-oiled machine. It's a whole joke. It's a thing.
Speaking of, great job. Appreciate the changes. The lighting rig looks perfect now. Wonderful job. I like the setup. Very nice. The ice sculpture, nice touch. Classic. Everything's looking very smooth. Those bikes are that's gonna be fantastic when we set that off.
Good times.
Yeah.
Glad you like it. Some more people are gonna get in here. Don't worry, it's gonna be a whole party.
Good. Yep. No one arrives on time for these things. You have to be fashionably late. I understand.
I mean, they were asked to show up 20 minutes ago, but they'll get here.
Fashionably late.
Probably
Roger.
Traffic.
I'm like gonna walk up to the conversation and just be like, "Do you understand fashion at all, Roger?"
Not my department.
So 5 o'clock is before the workday even ends.
We let them get out 30 minutes early.
Yeah, but the sun's still up until like 6, and nobody wants to be drinking before then.
Well, speak for yourself.
A lot of people do want to, but they won't do it because of appearances.
Okay. Well, I mean, your set doesn't start for a little bit, so I'm sure they'll be nice and tipsy before then.
Yeah, dinner time.
I rolled a 15.
Sounds good. You're able to sort of break open the control panel and get access to it. So what do you want to do with this thing? Remote access is very hard. You could turn on the gas pedal.
Sorry, what access is very hard?
A complete sophisticated remote access is extremely difficult.
Well, I want to try that first, and worst case,
what I'm telling you is that you failed to do that.
Cool. Okay.
You can
even with your luck,
you can just turn on the gas pedal and keep it on.
That's worthwhile. It won't be as creative, but I can certainly, knock down a sculpture that way.
With a that's true. With a it's the technological version of putting a brick on the accelerator.
Yeah, and that works for me. And if I can't access anything else, then sure. Then yeah, I'll just rig up something to control the gas pedals on these bikes, so that at the right trigger point, they'll just start going.
Sounds good. It turns out that the bikes are connected.
Perfect.
With their own like shortwave sort of signal.
Nice.
So you don't need to actually hop into the other two.
Perfect. And
Although,
accessing
once you know how
steering
to
is off
do it,
the
it's much
table,
easier
right?
to do it again.
Accessing
was that?
steering is off the table, right?
Accessing what?
Steering on the bikes.
Not with that roll.
All right. All right. Well,
That would be a 21.
fair enough. Yeah, no, even with the rest of my luck points, it doesn't get me there. Okay, then I'll disconnect and I'm gonna head like sort of off to the side and just see if there's stuff that maybe this access card has access to.
Sounds good. Those are so there are, other than in the bathroom,
Mhm.
There are no other sort of areas in the space. So
Okay,
the 2 helipads, the ballroom, the bathroom, the elevator, green room area.
okay, then yeah, I'll walk past 13 and Grease as they're talking to Roger. Just tap them both on the shoulder and continue back to the green room.
Excellent. I'm going to have you roll stealth.
Sounds good. Yeah. 19.
You are able to successfully avoid your egg.
Wonderful. It's all you could ever hope for, right?
Depends on the X, but yeah.
I will end
There are
the
more people
conversation.
showing up to the party. It's worth mentioning. Another helicopter showed up. There are
That's
like
good.
10 more people. It's happening.
I'm going to end the conversation with Roger and just move back to the green room and wait for the actual DJ set to start.
He says, "Oh yeah, enjoy the party."
Same.
I want to take a look around. Is there any sort of security tent or med tent or anything else like that anywhere that is within sight?
No. The green room is this is a terrible health risk. There's horrible access to the building. They didn't set up like a medical station. There's not a first aid kit in sight. This is a death trap.
Gotcha.
Oh,
How did these people not understand that this is not a very safe environment?
So I'm gonna turn to the party and I'm gonna be like, listen, guys, there is actually 0 ways out of here, so we should not be popping this tear gas because we're gonna have people getting blinded and running off of the edge of this building, which I don't think is part of the make the motorcycles look like crap.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to walk, not run during a kind of panic situation.
Yeah, I'm thinking the tear gas is more like if we need to get away. But
Yeah.
I did my part, and when the party's in full swing, I'll just make everything kind of go batshit.
If you're able to make one of those bikes here,
I'm able to
And we
make
do.
it move, and then you try and get it.
sounds good.
Just
Yeah.
don't make me look stupid, all right? That's all I care about.
I'll wait until. Should I wait until your set is over then, or
Or just make sure it's
Yeah, what's
not
the-
obviously a thing that I'm fucking up.
cool?
What's the plan?
So like I said, at whatever cue point we think. So basically, when I'm thinking when the most number of people are here, I just set off everything. The bikes go flying around. The ones that are near the stage go crazy. Or I can space that apart if we want to synchronize things in specific ways. This key card here, I'll show it up to Redtail. I got no idea what it does unless we want to go up one more floor. But yeah, easy peasy. Like I said, just smash some bikes in front of a whole bunch of people and make them look foolish. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm thinking that whatever you do, I should record scratch, stop everything right after you set it off so they know it's not planned. And scream and run.
I like the dramatic effect.
Yes.
Because I feel like they'll think oh, it's a cool DJ thing. They all went off and made sounds. But if I cut it and scream and run, then we'll be good.
Sounds great.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
My
We
only
wanna,
plan is
when's the cue point? What's the trigger?
Let's.
I'm gonna let one. Since I'm in control of it, I'm gonna let one of you guys ping me because you'll actually be out in the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I would ping you at the last song.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
The encore type song.
Yeah,
where
if
it's
13 signals me at the last song, I will ping Grendel and we can set this off. My only plan is if I'm able to get one of those bikes into the elevator when we leave, I'm going to.
I can't steer it, so good luck.
I am going to finish with whatever my most popular track is. So we'll hit 10 o'clock or 10:30 or whatever, because it's a corporate party, so it's not going to go until 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I will hit the last track, the one everybody knows, the one that's actually had a radio play, and then
What is
a
that
minute into
track called?
that track is called. I'm gonna name it after a song because I can't think of something right now. It's called 12 Games.
12 Games. Sounds good.
I might have a book right here called 12 Games, but it's what I saw first.
Hey, it sounds like a song name anyways.
Yeah.
Works. We call that good theft. We got all right. So the party gets going. The set starts 13. I'd like you to roll play instrument. We need to determine the quality of your set. To just so we all know how you did.
On it. I rolled a natural 10 again.
Okay, roll it again.
Okay, I did.
I know. I know.
I rolled a 9. 19
right.
plus
Woo!
13 is 32.
All right, you succeed in actually making a corporate party good.
Which is gonna make this all the more fun when I wreck it.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, this is a
this
poppin' party until everything goes shit.
This is a popping party. There is a lot of fun to be had. There are people trying to get into the green room area to hook up. There are people there's a long line to the bathroom. There's always a long line to the bathroom. There's an especially long line to the bathroom here. So that's always how you can tell how good the party is. How long is the line to the bathroom?
Or the line at the open bar.
The open bar is just that ice sculpture.
Oh, okay.
It is punch. It is just punch. Fun times. It's a good party. Everybody is enjoying it. It sure is a shame what's about that.
It's actually kind of sad that I
Ain't it
rolled
a
32
shame?
on the party that we're intentionally sabotaging.
Zach, I'm gonna need one more stealth roll from you.
One more stealth roll. 14.
So you go to the basically people are trying to get into the green room area where you're hiding. And Zeph sort of approaches them to be like, "You're not allowed here. What are you doing?" And Zeph sort of peeks around the corner. Kind of like in Five Nights at Freddy when Freddy shows up at one of the doors. And you're able to press the button to close the door. To evade her once more.
Ding. Not today.
And we reached the final song, which is 12 Games.
Off
12
13, my debut album.
13 games.
No,
Off
it's called 12 Games off my debut album, 13.
That is appropriately artistically confusing.
Oh, yeah.
And once the song starts, I just send a text to Grendel that says go time.
And I'm going to listen. And then wait for a nice big build up in the song.
There's a bass that drops, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yep. And right before that, just to fuck up any kind of opportunity at a bass drop, I'm gonna hit the button on the Beowulf program and just set everything to shit.
As soon as I hear a hint of it, I'm going to kill my board.
The flashing lights stop flashing, which makes the room darker than expected. These Zonda cybercycles sort of start going in at speed. These cybercycles can accelerate to 300 miles per hour in a couple of seconds.
For what it's worth,
very quickly they're in the walls.
The two that were near the stage have the lights going, so it's sort of strobing at this happening.
Good. That's appropriately confusing.
Yeah.
For people. You hear screaming, shouting. These motorcycles go over people in a packed dance hall. At least one person is screaming very loudly, "My leg! My leg!" There's a mass panic. People run to the balcony areas and it crowds them. Chaos ensues.
I will approach the DJ booth where I was already kind of standing, and I will escort 13 back to the green room.
With my melee weapon, though. I'm going to grab my giant weird sword thing.
Zeph is nearby, being like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, we're fine. I think you want to deal with the panic over there. I'll take care of this.
Yeah, I'm alright. I just don't know what happened. Like, I have no idea what just happened.
That's acting.
Very disappointing.
Oh, well, which I still don't have. That's cool, right? You said?
Yeah.
There was a 12.
There's enough chaos in the room that she gets a negative to look at it, and that's above the trivial threshold.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's not great acting.
It's not great acting, but you know,
and
you would have a reasonable reason to be freaked out.
Once we get back into the green room, I hope.
Medtech got to take care of his client.
No.
After all.
The people moved away from the green room. They moved because the cyber cycles were kind of going in one direction. One's in the wall to the left. One crashed into the back of the area near the stage, near the it went into the bathroom.
Unfortunate.
And another one has gone and crashed into the ice sculpture.
Perfect.
And
I was about to ask you if I could blow my luck points to make that happen.
Halfway off of it went off the side and it landed in the suicide guard underneath it.
And if
there are a couple of major injuries, I'll detail them in detail. There's a woman with a broken leg. One of the cyber cycles appear to have run over the leg. There is someone just like doubled over on a wall. And there is a particularly gory amount of blood spatter coming from the bathroom.
All right,
although, in order to see what would happen, you would have to go through the crowd and over.
No.
You can hear screaming though from the direction.
I'll peek out as they're coming through and just look up and go, "You still want those bikes?"
It's fine. Shall we? And I just gesture towards the elevator.
Yeah,
I'm good if you're good.
Job
Let's
done.
go.
As they are getting on the elevator, I'm gonna pull the pin on a tear gas grenade and roll it into the room and then leave.
I'll just watch them go, "Oh, you're sick."
There's a lot more screaming as you but it gets softer and quieter, and then you can't hear it as you go down the elevator. And it's silent again.
You're fucked up, man.
At what is it? At the third floor.
Yeah.
There are more children. 2 or 3 this time.
What, are you back for seconds or?
They are once again scared by people showing up through the elevator. And they scamper off.
I give them each $10.
I will step out of the elevator, and I will elect to not disengage the elevator. In fact, I'll even like send it back up once we exit it, because I'm done with it.
Sounds good. All right. What's your escape plan?
Walk the fuck out, since
Calm and
nobody was
casual.
guarding the downstairs.
Calm and casual.
Yeah. Although I'm happy to write something that will throw them off the trail in my glow paint that I have.
You know what? Why not?
Do it.
You want to write it in the elevator for good measure?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
All right. What's the message?
I want to
Anybody have anyone
crowdsource
particularly
this.
want to blame for this?
Oh yeah. What's
Yeah,
going on?
who should we blame for this tragedy?
Well, I'm sure that our friends who hired us want to take credit.
Maybe.
I got the impression that they want people to know.
Yeah.
So I will spray paint and glow paint a vintage phrase that I read in a magazine from many years ago that says, "Ain't no laws when you're tiger claws."
I like it. It's got a flair to it.
Mm.
Exciting. Well, now we'll let that be the end of the session. I think that we've all learned a helpful lesson about
Moving out of the way of
about
motorcycles.
fire safety.
Fire safety. And
congratulations on successfully completing the mission without running into any combat.
Hey,
We didn't, did we?
we didn't.
It
Oh,
was
we
on
didn't.
offer. It was
That
on
was
offer. It
great.
ready
That
and
was
you were polite, and then you were sneaky, and then you were skilled.
and everybody did exactly like
Mm-hmm.
what they came to do. Which is fantastic.
Showcases a nice variety of like ways to approach this game too.
Yeah.
I
Which is
love
pretty cool.
games that can go from narrative intrigue to combat without like a hitch. Because my other game I'm playing with Warple Tales, which you should also watch because it's really fun. We're playing it again on Monday. But watch Monster Hearts on Gehenna Valley. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I'm playing that one, and we've had a fair amount of combat. And so like playing a whole session with no combat was still really exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, no,
It was there for you. There was the
great.
threat of combat.
Definitely the threat of combat, and
It was
I appreciated having the ability of other people that can manipulate the social scene, having a med tech on hand that could actually like diagnose what was going on with the body, so we don't have to like,
Yeah.
worry about like,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna get screwed the moment we wind up in this elevator? If there is combat, we have somebody that was combat ready with like him to just walk through an area.
Yeah.
Also, I played two very different Rocker Boys over the course of the past few days. So it's like, this is cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a great time GMing for everybody.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
James.
Thank
Yeah,
you for joining
thank
us.
you.
Sorry for annoying you with the world's most bland male characters.
Yeah, they were
in
fine.
existence. I
Roger.
like Roger.
Roger's fun.
I-
Roger was great.
I think
Also,
Roger
we
is
all
a
love
millennium.
Dango.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dango was perfect. So tell us where can people what can people look forward to in the book if they pick it up?
Well, what can't they look forward to in this monster of a book? You can use it as a melee weapon.
True.
It's 450 or so pages. It covers everything you need to play. It's like it's the monster manual and the player's handbook and the DM's guide. That's why it's so chunky. But it is. So we just sold out of the first print run.
Nice.
But that means there's tons of it still out in the world, so you can go find it. And my favorite way is to go to your friendly local game store and ask them if they're part of the Bits and Mortar program, because then you can get the PDF for free.
Excellent. No, you can
And,
also pick it up directly from your website, as well as over on Drive-Thru RPG, which I just dropped a link to in chat.
Well, you could, but now
Could.
it's sold out.
But it's sold out. But there will be a second print run, I assume.
Of course.
So, excellent. Thank you, James, for joining us. I want to give each of our guest players a chance to talk about anything cool they have coming up very briefly, starting with Dixie.
Oh God, what I have coming up? So if you're not gonna watch Monster Hearts tomorrow, which is actually really, or not tomorrow, on Monday, which is actually really good, and you should watch it because the Gehenna Valley is awesome. If you're not gonna watch that though, or you want something afterwards, I am playing Cyberpunk Red with Vorpal Tales, which will be super, super, super fun. I also have a Changing the Law stream coming up with Tom Muir on the OPP channel.
Excellent.
On the 11th, and I'm very excited about that. I'm previewing a new kit that nobody has seen in action yet for Changeling.
Tom is a fantastic.
But also, I worked on this book, and it's really awesome, and you should get it. And it's been #1 on Drive-Thru RPG for like weeks now. Like, it's a very good book. And honestly, if you get the Bits and Mortar deal, this is a $30 PDF. And everybody that complains about that, I yell at them because it's like 458 full color pages and they can bite me.
It's also amazingly laid out PDF.
It's
Everything
so
is
good.
Hyperlinked. It's so
It's so
convenient to
good.
navigate.
It's so good.
Excellent.
Jay
Thank you.
Gray did all the layout. Fantastic hyperlinking throughout.
Oh yeah. Zach.
That's me. I've been Zachary Vaudo, your Netrunner. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ellie Collins for the amazing makeup job earlier. I will be, let's see, what am I doing for the next week? Sunday, I'll be hanging out on Carrion Comfort chat room watching Iron City by night. Tuesday, I'll be on ATL by night as we do our family game night. Wednesday, I will be back on Gehenna Gaming for Kult, Echoes of the Past. And then Friday, I'll be over on Level Up Dice TTV for Vancouver Adjacent by night. And then we'll do it all over again, plus whatever else I have in store.
Rinse, repeat.
And you can find me on Twitter down here.
I do feel like as an Atlanta native, I have to call y'all out for never asking me to do anything for ATL by night.
Well,
I'm from Atlanta and my name is Dixie.
But see, now that we know that,
He's a living
maybe you'll be in
indicator.
touch.
Things are known.
We'll let Ellie know.
Things are known. And last but not least, Alex.
Well, I don't really have anything coming up. This is really my first foray into all of this, so you should check out everything that everybody else has already mentioned. You should also check out Gehenna Gaming on the web and on the streams and on Discord. Everybody is a fantastic community. Also, please, when you are able to, go out and pick up a physical copy of the book. It also wouldn't hurt to pick up the PDF copy, as this is fantastic. All I really have to say about the session is it was awesome. I'm sorry there wasn't much I could do as a medical and combat person, but you know, I was there. I was holding the space ready to shoot somebody in the face. So this was awesome, and thank you everybody for having me on.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Very briefly, I just want to say you can find us tomorrow with Forbidden Lands. You can find me, as Zach mentioned, over on our friend Carrion Comfort Studios, playing Aaron, a caitiff who might be a little bit older than he seems, in Iron City by Night. And then Monday, we have Monday Night Monster Hearts, Gehenna Valley Season 2. We're a few episodes in. It's fantastic. You should check it out. Tuesday, we're going to have a fireside chat talking about running horror games. Don't miss that. Wednesday, Kult, Echoes of the Past, I believe will be the second episode. An amazing cast, including Zach here. Thursday, we will have the next episode of Witchburner, which I am also in, playing a meek, shy, quiet boy who's hiding absolutely nothing amongst a group of Witchburners. Friday, we will potentially be having a new program starting up, so don't miss that. And then we'll be right back around with another Saturday Night One-Shot. So that is our schedule for the next week. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We have some fun things coming up. And again, we appreciate all of you tuning in. If you can want to help support us, you can subscribe here, you can donate, but you can also check us out over on Patreon. You can buy things from our shop and all of those fun things, which I will drop links to as we sign off here. So unless anyone else has anything they want to add, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. This has been a blast. Thank you, James, again. Thank you for joining me last Tuesday for an interview as well. It was a joy.
Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. So thank you, everyone, and Have a good night.
Bye.